different thing by now. Anyways, I can do this. I can do the rough recap too because I usually remember the rough outlines of things, but not the specific details of some stuff maybe. And I'm not super interesting to listen to.
You're
I could say
super interesting to listen
what we
to.
did.
Yeah, I could. And however you want. You could
I
also
mean,
just
do you remember every time I did the recaps?
Yes.
Usually I just go, then we did that, and 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 then
Let me try then. I mean, I remember everything, obviously. Where's the story tracker?
Where are we in the story?
No. Last time we did the raid on Motherhorn, which is the aptly named village on atop a mountain that is ruled over by Enderlin Moongrave, one of the 3 hags of the Hourglass Coven, which have been stealing your things and just generally making your life miserable over here in the plane of... not the plane, the domain of Prismeer. I was going to Feywild. That's a bit broad. I think outside of Prismeer you'd be fine, but... you did a wonderful improvised play that was lovely.
It's horrible.
So good.
Bye-bye.
It was fun to listen to.
And you did save a bunch of people, including one of the Bugbear twins.
I don't
And
know.
one of them-
Was it Burley? Was it Hurley? I don't remember. One of them.
I don't remember.
That's Hurley.
I don't
it was
want to
Hurley.
go back into the book to figure it
Oh,
out. It's
okay.
one of them.
One of them. I don't know names though.
And also Gleam's sister. You also then defeated the dastardly hag in a display of too much damage for her to cast the plane shift ability she has on her stat block.
Oh. Good.
I have like
Nice.
I've had battle notes for her. For both of the hags you fought, actually. Both of them have plane shift, and they're supposed to do it when they are like 10 health, but they never get to 10 health before they die.
Oops.
So yeah.
We do good damage. We just don't survive good damage.
Yeah. This
the
is,
last
this
thing
is the
that
problem
happened-
with being a crew of glass cannons.
Yes. And then the final thing that happened last time is you rang the hidden bell in Motherhorn's canopy and summoned the massive birds that have carried you very swiftly to the Palace of Heart's Desire at the center of Prismeer. You've also received the benefits of a long rest, even if it hasn't taken 8 hours to get here.
Yeah, right. We slept on the birdies.
Yes. But I've also taken the liberty to end all magic effects on you for simplicity's sake.
Oh. So I think somebody's going to have to become glowing again.
Why?
It's actually decently bright outside. As you look up, you
it's
see
so
that
dark,
the
yeah.
entire sky is permanently overcast by a twilight kind of thing. Like, there's no clouds. Although there's a bit of mist in the garden out here. But the entire sky is just twilight. 24/7. You also do look around behind you, and you, for the first time, see the entirety of the domain of Prismeer from above. Which I think I have a thing here?
Do we get handout?
I can find the damn thing. Yep, there it is.
Do we get handouts again?
Indeed. Yes, I would like to show to all,
Council
please.
handout.
There you go.
Oh, meh.
For the first time since arriving here, you can see all of Prismeer at once. No reaction. Good.
Oh no, sorry. I was carefully studying the intricacies of that map.
Yes.
What reaction did you expect?
We've actually.
Windmill.
Sorry, we were captivated. Okay.
I was expecting whoa or just silence.
But didn't we see all of these lands already?
Yeah, but you
I-
haven't seen it. You haven't seen it all put together. And now, finally having seen all of it, you no longer need guides to pass through the fog walls that separate hither, thither, and yon.
Nice.
You can now
That's nice.
move freely within Prismeer.
Time to just leave.
Goodbye.
And kind of feel like this fog kind of drain away from your mind's eye, and you can now know
No fog
clearly
of war
where
anymore.
exactly you are.
I've
Neat.
watered everything. I don't have fog of war.
Very good. The vision.
I can see clearly now.
Okay.
Yes, I also because I think you probably don't remember it clearly, will show you the handout for the castle itself again. This is how it looks.
Yay!
Yeah, it's
I don't
freaking beautiful.
remember this.
And you are set in the bottom right corner of this image, right before this outer gate in the wall.
Oh.
Is the gate closed?
You don't know. It is closed. It is not, but you don't know if it's shut.
It's very good.
Also, before we go ahead, yes, exactly. So as you look around, you also just are startled as hundreds and thousands of birds burst from the canopy of the forest below, and are scattered in all directions. Just a moment later, a much more fearsome creature erupts from the woods. A sinewy, pale green dragon that takes to the sky, flies toward the palace, and disappears out of sight behind the high walls. Everyone do a nature check, please.
Ooh, first roll of the day.
Time to get the bad luck out.
Oh no, I have a negative
Oh.
modifier.
That was not the bad luck. What?
I should mention.
Yeah.
Brought a thing. I've brought a feature back from when we last played. From the last campaign. The combat HUD is back.
Oh,
It works again.
that's
So if you
nice.
select your token and then the little crossed sword icon, it will appear.
And it's giant.
Yeah, you can scale it in settings. I
There
think.
is. Oh, there's the one.
Where
Ha, ha, ha,
settings
ha,
where?
ha.
Configure settings and then
who?
module settings.
Okay, what did you asked for a nature?
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, if you want to configure how big it is, your best shot is going to the settings tab on the right sidebar, then configure settings and then module settings. It should be called Argon Combat HUD. I don't know if the scale is actually a client setting, but it shouldn't be.
I am a bird who does not
Anyhow.
understand nature.
So Mirs and
I
Kana
am a
immediately recognize the creature from the tales you've heard on your travels through Prismeer. That is the Jabberwock.
Okay.
Wasn't he supposed to be in thither?
It's a pale green dragon.
Well, it just flew up from thither. You saw it
Oh.
coming from that exact forest.
Okay, yeah.
But now it's here. Amazing.
Hello.
How big was this green dragon?
You can only do eyeball math, but it is large or bigger.
So
Petrus
very
wouldn't
Pattendorf?
know anything anyway, but yeah.
It is either category large or even 1 or 2 bigger than that. You can't tell, it's too far away.
Okay.
We don't have any frame of reference, like you can't do pixel measurements of the castle wall to the length of the... You have no idea.
Can we do a math check?
Yeah, I can't scale the combat HUD.
No, you don't have the slider? In the settings?
I
There is
did.
one.
Oh, I had to reload
You have to
Yeah.
close
Now-
it and
now
then
it
open
works.
it again. Yep.
Yeah.
You have to, yeah. If you reload the HUD, it will.
Oh boy. So, do you think we have to fight this?
I hope not. Want to?
Do you think we
I
can
don't-
pad it?
I hope so.
Maybe it helps us.
Well,
Just do good enough pet.
who would thunk that a dragon
Good
this big
Jabba.
could live in the woods?
Should we just head inside and
I mean,
see what happens?
I mean, we want to go inside. If we have to fight it or not.
But we have
That's-
to go inside
Yeah.
to save Sabrina, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can choose to run away and hide in something small anyway.
So, your companions turn to you. And, did you bring Molliver? I don't think you did
Molliver
bring
was
Molliver. Did
No.
you?
Oliver was in the
Oliver-
thingy, right?
already left.
Molliver was the person who was in the
Into
the
the mine thingy.
mines.
Thing,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I
didn't
think we
bring
left
them.
him behind.
Okay. You didn't bring them. Okay, in that case, Clapperclaw, who's also holding the old can, your lovely dandelion companion, Vansel and the Moon and Sun twins all say, "Oh, that was scary. Maybe we'll wait in the garden while you explore the castle?" But Elkhorn goes, "Well, they all are going to leave you behind. I can't, and I want to know what happened to my friends at Valor's Call. I'm going in there with you."
Okay.
Yay!
Yay.
Great.
We have a tank.
Who doesn't do much?
So we should encounter the how are they called? The League of Evildoers or something?
The League of
Evil, evil, evil.
Malevolence.
Yeah. No.
Is it
Yeah.
bad guys?
Elkhorn.
Oh, right there. Still
We should encounter them, right?
maybe.
Yes, they are
Yeah.
bound to be in here.
Do you think they have something to do with this dragon right now? The dragon looked evildoer-ish.
No, I
Well,
think
you're judging a book by its cover.
Well,
So
only me
I
and
wouldn't.
Kana know it's the Jabberwock, so...
Yeah.
But I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't stay in the open with that thing flying around. Like, what happens if it flies over here again and looks at you and is like, "Oh yeah, I want that snack."
Well, we'll have no choice but to fight it, fight it, of course. Elkhorn says, just swinging his sword around a bit.
Good.
Petrus ducks a bit.
Steps away.
Wait,
Well-
don't you want a second sword?
No, I'm fine with my shield.
No, I meant Petrus.
No, I'm good.
Very good. Okay, so you turned your attention to the silvery gates in front of you, ivy clinging to their sides. A luxuriant garden can be seen beyond the bars of the gates.
Kana's gonna touch the gate. Let's see if it's open.
Touch.
You touch the gate. It is, in fact, not locked.
Great.
How far apart are these beams?
Doesn't matter, Simon.
Oh.
Even then, we do have a party member with knock.
Move along. Move along. That includes whispers.
I just imagine Petrus trying to squeeze through and getting stuck with a sword.
Very pretty garden.
Okay.
Whispers?
As you step inside, you start hearing music coming from that strange pavilion to your right.
This one.
Is it familiar music? Is it like sad harmonica music?
No,
Is
it's
the music
just
I
the
played
music.
with my insect?
As you take a peek inside, you see 7 guests. One of them a talking bear, lounging around a picnic table covered with an emerald green cloth and laden with cakes, teapots, teacups, and cutlery. 2 of the guests are motionless and silent, but the others are engaged in spirited conversation. At the back of the pavilion, a striking quartet of badger minstrels plays delicate chamber music.
Anyone wants cake?
I don't think
That-
it's the right time for cake.
I thought this place was like haunted and evil, and there's still people in here
Well,
looking like
maybe
they
they
have
are.
the time of their lives. Hello?
Hello, says some of them, looking to be a human commoner, who is holding a sort of pumpkin that also greets you saying, "Hi!" The pumpkin.
Hi.
Hello, pumpkin.
Are you guests of the Archfey as well?
I'd like to believe so.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Well, then you might as well join us. We were told to wait here until Zybilna was ready for an audience. We've been having a blast.
There might be a problem.
How long are you
problem?
waiting already?
Another one
Might
of them,
be-
who appears to be a living statue of an elf, says, "Oh, I don't know. Must have been weeks."
And you didn't consider that there might be a problem.
No.
Okay, then there's no problem.
One of the other guests again, a headless dwarf, who just stumps twice in reply to your question.
Is that a no or?
The bear that I mentioned earlier, then says, "Oh no, that is a dwarf. I'm afraid he lost his head, but he can still hear somehow. Once for yes, twice for no."
Okay. So we are actually here to free Zybilna.
Free Zybilna, the 5th.
How did you lose your head?
That's not a
He
yes or no
stomps
question.
3 times in anger.
Nice.
I think if you use a yes or no system, you can only ask yes or no questions.
Oh, right.
So now, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What
Sorry,
you doing?
I was fixing so I was looking at the combat HUD and I was listening to the scene. I was not.
Also fixing
Just-
the scaling.
Yeah, you need to
Yeah.
reopen the combat HUD for the scaling to apply.
I finally got it to work after I realized that last time it was active, I had created a style on Stylus. I had created a browser script to change its size so that it wouldn't bother me.
You don't need to.
And
There's a
I know,
setting for it.
I didn't realize that I didn't have to before.
I just casually created this browser script.
Okay, so
Okay.
the 5th moving guest looks up from a pile of paper that surrounds this also human. And there's a magic quill that seems to be scribbling every time she talks. And she says, "Save her from what, exactly? We've been here a while, as you've heard from the lovely statue."
So apparently she was frozen in time or something like that.
Frozen in... Oh, is that why the other two aren't moving?
Huh? What? Why shouldn't they be moving?
There's two guests here that don't move and don't react to anything.
They might have been here when the freezing happened, yes?
Maybe
That
they're
smells
cold.
peculiar. That would also
check
explain why
their
we
pulse.
haven't been given to... you touch them, and they are literally fixed in place. There's no way you can move them.
Oh. He gives a head pat and goes back to the others.
It feels like poking, like petting tiny needles, because the hair strands that are pointing up are also frozen in time and unmoving,
Oh,
so
no.
they are basically needles.
Oh no.
Okay.
Is there a way to...
We need to unfreeze this builder.
Well, that would be lovely. Then we can finally have our audience. I've been trying to get out of this arranged marriage for years. Now I'm finally here, and the damn patron isn't even awake.
What arranged marriage?
I
Well,
don't think
I-
she's sleeping.
Whatever she is, just fix it.
I think it's sleeping adjacent.
Temporal stasis, your new way to get out of sleep.
Really?
Would you be well rested if you wake up from temporal stasis?
No.
Mm-mm.
You had no time to rest.
Yeah.
What level would you say the temporal stasis spell was?
9?
So I started watching Manifest yesterday on Netflix, which basically has a story.
So I'm going to give this to you without a history check because it's relevant information to the campaign. You know that the Coven used the cauldron to cast it, so it is probably very hard to break.
But at DC 19, you're saying
we have
there's
a unicorn.
chance.
If
A
you-
I
unicorn.
am not sure that is a legal way to break the curse. It is probably stronger than any magic you can throw at it. Save
But
for
we
a
have a
wish
unicorn.
spell, maybe, but you don't have access to that at your level.
No. But Dispel Magic says any spell of 3rd level or lower ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher, make an ability check using your spellcast ability DC 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, the spell ends.
What if you use a limit break against the spell?
0
So the
damage.
thing is, you still need to target that at the correct thing.
And it's untargetable.
You need to target
Right.
the creature
Well-
or object affected by the spell to end it.
Would it be the castle?
Possibility.
You do not know. Do
I
you want to
think
waste
probably.
spell slots in finding out?
No.
A 3rd level spell slot. I feel like
Um,
it
No.
might be worth it to try.
You might have to fight that big dragon.
Is it Jabberwock?
Yes.
What? I
What?
thought the Jabberwock was some kind of big monster. Well, a dragon is big. Well, okay.
Wasn't the Jabberwock flying earlier?
Yes.
That's the dragon. Is that
So the
flighted here?
The Jabberwock was not frozen.
The
No,
Jabberwock
it
is
was-
No,
indeed
it
not
wasn't
frozen.
Silver.
Did I? It came
Which
from
means-
it doesn't-
So it wasn't here when the
No.
spell was cast.
No, it is
Alright,
alive. It landed in the castle before our
Right.
eyes.
Right,
Somewhere
right,
behind
yeah.
the walls, probably.
We didn't recognize it as the Jabberwock at the time. Because you rolled a
You know,
13.
you didn't.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. We were heavily advised not to fight the Jabberwock, and that we should go to the Unicorn Sea Lake thingy when we find it. Right?
Yeah, but we were level 5 soon.
Is that a when or an if?
It seems like when to me.
Well, it seems our best bet is to look around in the castle.
Just look out for it, I guess.
If the Jabberwock's still
So we can
unfrozen, maybe some of Zabona's servants are still around, says Akon.
Sounds good.
Well, I hope
Yeah,
they had
so-
enough food in the storage.
Well, we have plenty
So
of
are you
food out here.
guys-
See? Also, this is a magical castle in the plane of the Feywilds. There's enough food here forever.
Oh. Oh. Cool.
You can just, like, squat in this yard.
To the party that wants to stay here. So
Oh.
you can stay here in the with the other peeps, I think.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
just
can
lovely.
have cake.
This is just lovely.
I
Yes,
hope
we
it
will.
tastes good.
Oh, it's very good. Okay.
So
Okay.
let's look around, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll let you know that the garden alone is 6 rooms. So tread carefully so you don't run into any things I need to read out.
Oh, look, a circle.
No, don't!
Tetris, stop.
Yes, that would be the standing stones. 12 moss-covered standing stones form a ring in the middle of a small clearing. An arcane sigil is inscribed on the inward-facing side of each stone, and the space between the stones is free of vegetation.
It's probably fairy circle.
You may make an Arcana check to figure out what this is if you want to.
But if I already figured it out,
You are wrong.
okay.
It isn't. There are no shrooms.
Oh! With +/-1.
With plus minus 1.
Okay. Any checks from Whispers?
Actually, I'm investigating something else. So no.
Okay, then we'll go to what you're investigating after this. So, Petrus and Kana, you figure out that this is actually a valid target for the teleportation circle spell.
Damn it.
As long as it is cast within the Feywild, and you remember this exact sigil on the stones, you will be teleported here.
Oh, quick travel.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the right point, basically. Alright, teleport there.
I mean, that's just nice. If you want to visit your friendly neighborhood Sibylla, just...
Good.
If you forgot
Okay,
some side
so what
quest
is
along the way.
Whispers checking out?
So what I want to know is whether the vegetation in this place is also frozen
Yes,
in time.
the vegetation in this entire place is frozen in time, and as you do look around, you actually do see that there's a few pixies that are frozen in midair. That are
Wait, does
just
it mean we-
frolicking around the garden. Or
Does
were
it mean
before
we're
the spell hit.
We're constantly getting poking damage from grass.
No, you
Grass.
won't choose.
We're walking on nails.
It's fine.
Good, I'm
Don't worry
fine.
about environmental or anything. But everything that was in the castle at the time the spell was cast is indeed frozen. This includes any guests and any objects. But one thing that's interesting to you is as you walk around, you are able to kick pebbles around. Objects that are frozen in time seem to still be interactable. So the time freeze seems to act differently on creatures than it does on inanimate things.
Interesting. So, but the plants act like creatures.
Sort
Or
of.
part.
Does that mean we can throw really hard leaves?
No, as soon as you pluck it from the plant, it would become an object. And behave
So it's no
normally.
longer hard.
Yes.
And you pluck it from the plant?
Sure.
This was just standing there plucking
So-
leaves from the tree.
Can
I'm saving you.
Plucking them to
we-
deflate them.
can a creature that has been frozen in time be, for instance, stabbed?
No. What you think is the difference is that regular vegetation is kind of in between being an object and being a living thing. It's not a creature, but it's not inanimate either, so it's kind of in the limbo between the two. So it doesn't decay, but it still is just a plant.
But if I were to...
Did you just think about saving people by stabbing them in the heart?
Well, no. What I was thinking was, like, would it be possible... This is really just for my information, not any specific plans, but to, like, pluck someone's fingernails.
No.
Okay. All right. That's a pretty solid answer. What about cutting down a tree?
Yes, you would be able to do that. The tree stump, however, would not decay ever until the spell is broken.
Neat.
Can it be
But the
burned
tree-
while?
The tree top would decay.
No, just all of the tree would just not decay.
But can it be burned during the time of freezing?
Yeah, what if you set it on fire?
I'm gonna say that works.
But does it burn down or does it continuously burn?
It would probably burn down at that point.
Ah, damn it.
Okay. Cool. All right. So this is relatively not cheesable.
So, does any one of you know the teleportation circle spell?
No.
No.
I
Me
see.
neither.
Perfect.
Great.
I'm.
Should we head over to the castle?
Probably. Whispers
Uh,
is
If we can
broken,
get
you guys.
inside.
Petrus
left-
tries to
To the
memorize
left or,
the
or
sigil.
front?
Hmm?
Kana. To the left part of the castle or to the front part of the castle?
To the main entrance.
Okay.
How high is Petrus's intelligence score?
How high is
Not
Petrus?
high. It's 9, I
then-
think.
Then you'll not have a good chance of remembering the sigil.
Well, he certainly tried.
So you do move along, and you do come across something, which is this thing over here. It kind of just tickles your fancy as you walk past it. It's a simple marble fountain, but it is very lovely made. Expert craftsmanship went into designing the basin and the little sculpture on top of it. It is overflowing with time-frozen water that spills from mouths of sculpted animals. The frozen spray surrounding the fountain creates rainbows in the air around it. So if these little air droplets that are frozen in time, water droplets that are frozen in time, suspended in midair, just continuously refracting the light that passes through them.
Does it mean the water on the river is frozen too?
Oh, yeah. That's an inanimate object that's frozen in time.
Yes, the
No,
entire
I-
river is frozen.
I'm
In
asking
time.
because I should not jump into the river then.
Oh no,
I would imagine.
I think
you.
you
Ow.
can.
It is not solid.
Oh, okay.
It's just there is no current, right?
Okay.
Yes.
It's not actually flowing,
Mm.
but it's still liquid water.
It also
I-
seems.
Do you also
I-
get wet from it, or don't you
I
get
had
wet?
I had the
Do you
vision
want
in
to
my head
try?
of
I stick my hand in the
Maybe
water.
your hand. Yeah, Kana was gonna put her hands
you-
into the water.
As you stick your hand into the water, instead of the splashing you expect to experience, you instead start to shove it like malleable dough.
That's weird.
But yeah, why
When I
asked
remove my hand, is there a handprint?
Yes, there's a handprint in the water.
Neat.
This is the funnest area effect anyone has ever written.
Wait, hold on.
Can I build like a sand tower out of the water?
Yes, sure.
My brain is still stuck on my brain is still stuck on those people in the tent were eating food and water, right? Drink from the
Yes.
castle, right?
Yes.
How were they drinking water?
It was
I ate it.
created after the spell was cast. No, the water they are drinking was created magically after the castle was frozen in time.
Okay.
The water
So
in
they
your
used-
water skins doesn't magically turn to putty if you enter the castle grounds.
No. But so
Yeah.
somebody with them was using create water.
Yeah, that's someone in the castle has created the foods and drink they are eating after the castle was frozen in time.
So that person was not frozen and is using ingredients sourced from outside the castle.
Yes, that is what you would guess. Is the only way that they can be eating things is if any magical effect or person has created these after the time freeze.
Okay.
Did we ever ask them where they get their food from?
No,
We
you
did
didn't.
not. So there are servants still alive in the castle.
You assume so.
Maybe.
Well, they are all alive, so they're just
Oh.
frozen.
I mean,
Kana has built a
unfrozen.
water thing. I don't know.
A water
What did you do?
tower.
What,
Just-
a
Yeah,
waterman?
probably like a water cylinder. I don't know.
Yeah.
She just like pushed the water like into the cylinder.
Oh, that is lovely.
A giant cube of water. A
If
This is
you
the-
put it into the air, does it fall down?
Wait, huh? Hold on. I'm
Could I
stupid.
put it-
I thought for a second you were still in front of the gate for stream, but you're not.
No.
Oh, but the chat
Okay.
isn't displayed. I forgot to turn it on.
Oh, we have to drink something.
Drink something. To buy
I
it.
get something to drink.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I finished my coffee though.
but yeah, that's the
you
that's
want-
the thing.
All right, I'll go get water.
If everyone's gone, Mir starts building a fish.
Yay! Okay.
Water.
Water. Water.
Drink redeemed.
Water. 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 Water.
Water. Water.
I'm looking
Water.
at the map right now, and someone wrote notes here. Actual wall, no mistake.
What? I assume here.
No, it's further in.
I
But
have
it's still funny to
pineapple
me.
ice cubes.
That is adorable.
Adorable.
Enjoy your ice cubes.
I want
Okay.
to pet the ice cube. I fucking
So-
know. Listen.
Whispers is gonna wander off on her own
Um,
and check out this thing.
So
here.
Petrus stands in front of the fountain thing
Yes.
and wants to collect some frozen in time water droplets.
Sure. Why not?
And puts them in his pocket.
As you put them in your pocket gets wet.
Oh. Oh, shucks.
Do you need comforting?
So you are in the rose garden. This fragrant rose garden is bordered by a bronze fence. The roses come in a variety of colors, with a few white and black specimen among them. Glistening spiderwebs cover the rose bushes.
What's the statue in the center?
Just a statue. It looks like a satyr, but nothing more that you can glean from it, especially from this far away.
I don't really think it's very smart to go into the rose garden covered in cobwebs.
Bad idea.
Whispers isn't very smart, but I think she has enough common sense not to do that alone.
You are indeed not very smart. You have 8 intelligence.
It's true.
You are less intelligent than Petrus?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whispers is very dumb. Now you can tell why she's been so fucking impulsive this whole time.
Water gets wet when you put it in your pocket, by the way. Don't do that.
Thank you, Petrus.
Thank you.
Okay. You head up to the castle gate. This incline that you're walking up is actually pretty steep. It's about 20 feet in elevation change between the garden and the balcony.
I like that the castle is ADA compliant.
Yes.
Wait.
That's accessibilities.
Yes, yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
So it's 20 feet high and 50 feet long. That's an elevation of 40%. What the?
I said it's steep.
Damn.
Yep.
So it's more like a slide than accessibility.
Yeah, so you get up here. This area actually doesn't have specific notes, but you see this entrance door over here, and you see that it has this ornamental sort of stag something that you can see here on the map. This thing, this is actually a stone statue that is on top of the door frame.
Interesting.
A statue.
It's,
Whispers is going to go ahead and say, does anybody know what that means?
That is a stack room.
Maybe it's like a symbol of Sibilna?
As you, I think you tried the door, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Nope.
No, not
Okay.
yet.
You just walked straight into it.
That sounds like a very good guess for something that you could roll for, maybe?
Technically, we also have someone with us who was already here, so I asked him, "Do you know what that means?"
I have a handout for this type of door, but not this door. There's a variant of this door that you will stumble upon shortly, and I have a handout for that one.
Variant door. Yeah,
Variant door. My favorite rule.
So,
Also, assume that all doors are open unless noted otherwise. So
let's knock. Petrus knocks.
you knock. One thing you notice as you look at the door is that it doesn't have a handle or a lock. It doesn't open.
Oh. Well, I guess no one's there.
Door?
Hodor.
Can you please let me inside, door?
No reply.
Is there,
That's
is
just
there-
very
is there
interesting.
anything
Budge.
on?
Ooh,
there
there's
any-
doors over here
on the
too.
door?
There's doors over there. That is true.
Is it a fish door?
No.
Do
This is
these
a
ones
normal
have
door.
openings? These ones open. Come on,
Do
guys.
you
There's a
say
door
that-
over here.
Do you say that loud enough for the others to hear you, but 100 feet away?
I message it.
Perfect.
Wait, want me to message it to the other one?
Okay.
Door. Dorime. But now, anything you try to do to do to this door so far has failed. Nothing worked to open the stag door. Actually, it's called a heart door in the book, but I didn't know what that is, so fuck that.
A heart is
Kingdom
a
Hearts.
No,
Type of-
without the E.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like his-
HART is
Yeah.
a type of deer, basically.
I just wanted to make sure to everyone listening to me that I know what a heart is. The organ.
Yeah.
I know what
Yeah.
hearts are.
Someone mentioned the door to darkness?
Oh no. The copyright. It's here. Okay. The door swings open to reveal a crystal carriage hitched to a pair of glass statues, shaped like pagasi. Folded silk butterfly wings are attached to the roof of the carriage.
It's pretty.
It's a winged dog.
Yeah.
The light's fucking me up.
The light is so
Yeah, I
fucked
hate it.
here.
Ah.
Huh? Slight
But
weird.
it's manageable though. It's manageable. So I believe this has to be Sibylna's, right? It's too pretty for the hags.
Yeah.
Sure.
The walls of the carriage are actually made of glass, so you can see inside.
Ooh.
What's inside?
You do see
I see.
like a very comfortable looking set of seats and a key.
Is it possible to get inside?
Theoretically,
Yes.
it's not open,
I-
but
I want to get
Theoretically,
inside
yes.
and take
Multiple
the
of ones have dimension door.
you do have spells that can get you inside because you can see the inside of the carriage. You could also
Yeah.
just
Oh,
break
that's
the
true.
window, but that would be rude.
That would be rude.
Can
Quite
someone?
pretty to break.
Does anyone have like magic to repair stuff?
Mend. Break the glass
No.
and then mend it.
Wait. I think I might. Wait.
You
No.
don't? No, you don't.
Oh.
You
No.
don't have mending.
Oh, no, that's something different.
No, you need
Yeah, no.
mending
Alright.
for it.
Want to do the same thing again as last time?
Never know.
One of us uses dimension door, one of us uses dimension door.
I'm
think-
going to Misty Step
I
inside.
think Misty Step is less costly.
Okay,
Yeah.
if it works, it
Yeah.
works.
So
I
you
Misty
Misty
Step
Step inside,
inside.
and you do
I did-
now have the ability to pick up the carriage.
The key.
The carriage,
key.
the entire
Oh,
carriage.
key. The key. I'm stupid.
I'm gonna go ahead and take the key.
You
As
can't
you
start
pick up
every
the
tavern
key-
in an inn.
As you pick up the key, the
Keyblade.
glass pegasi start to clop their hooves impatiently.
What?
You
Oh, it's a
also,
car key.
because you are inside the carriage, now as you're holding the key, a lock magically appears at what you assume is the door to the carriage.
I'm going to use key on door.
The
Use
carriage
key with
unlocks.
door.
Hey guys, arrives here.
Well, it's
But
pretty right, but I don't
where?
think it's yours.
I slide the key into my pocket and step out of the carriage.
Let me figure out if these horses, Pegasus, are allowed to speak. They are allowed to
Pegasus.
speak.
Oh,
Yes, and they also say.
Were they animated?
Oh no, you
before?
can use us.
But
If
so
you need
you
to get around, we'd be happy to help.
We just have to get around the castle.
so do you belong to Sibilna?
Oh yes, we are her carriage. She uses us to get anywhere in the Feywild. Though, we guess that you can't use us to leave this domain without her permission.
That's okie
Oh,
dokie.
fair enough.
Leave the domain of Prismeer.
You cannot. We can, but you're not allowed to leave. So as long as you're insiders and she hasn't given you permission, we also won't be able to get out of here.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Do
We're
you
not
know
trying to
where
right now.
Sibilna is?
We're somewhere in this castle. Probably the throne room. She muttered something about a banquet before all of this happened.
Question. Why did she leave the keys in the carriage?
Oh, she always does. She just misty steps inside to get the key.
Like I just did.
Yes.
Delightful.
Yeah,
She's a
that's
powerful-
cool.
She's a powerful archfey. Of course she would teleport everywhere.
Sorry, these
Fuck
shoes
them.
are not meant for walking.
What is your purpose?
Well, sometimes it's just nicer to travel by carriage. Don't you see how much space is in here? And there's a lot of
It's pretty
space.
big.
All of
10
you could
square
fit in
feet.
there comfortably.
Seems
But I
like there's
can't-
about 10 square feet.
It's more, actually. It's not to scale.
Does it mean there's a socket for the sword,
Huh?
so you can lean back and sit
Sure.
comfortably?
Oh,
That's love.
you know, I just choose the where like two seats meet and there's a gap between the cushions.
But yeah, also, but please don't take us outside of the Feywilds. We believe we just shatter.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll be sure not to do that.
Well, we are animated by Feywild magic, so leaving it is probably not healthy for our delicate glass bodies.
Okay.
Yeah,
We already said
sounds
we're not going to doing that.
Can you tell us more about this castle? And specifically, the main door seemed to not have a way to open it.
No, I mean, why would we? We are just always just parked in this spot. We've never seen the rest of the castle.
I guess that's true. Okay. Never mind then.
Well,
I told
could
you
at
this.
least-
This.
Could you at least lock us again when you leave, so we can go back to sleep?
Ah, yeah. And I go ahead and close the door and lock it.
Thank you. And they de-animate again. They turn back into glass statues.
Well, they are too pretty for the hags. Makes sense.
I unlock the thing and I say, hey, just for kicks and giggles, do you think you could say whoopsie like you just said thank you?
Whoopsie!
Thank you. And then I lock the door again.
Toasty!
Yeah, that's
Oh my god, that was accurate.
right. I'm sorry, that's actually what I was thinking of.
Okay, where do you want to go next?
Go
Also, I
on.
just
Go on.
realized that the carriage and Kana have matching wings.
Yes, I know. I know, I saw. A very pretty wings.
I cannot believe that you
Ooh.
stole the idea for your wings from this module.
That is a
Yes.
Oh my
bright
God.
room, holy fuck.
Oh my
It's
god, my
so
eyes!
bright.
Ah!
This is fine.
Okay, what you've just stepped into is a lovely location to which I need to find the entry. No, it's not that. It's the... Oh my god. It's not 30... It's not 31. 31 is is that room in there. The center thing.
Oh.
Two of us now take less damage from Leona's ultimate.
Oh, yeah. True.
Huh?
Yeah.
There's a hidden passive in League of Legends where any character who wears a sunglasses takes 1 less damage from Leona's ultimate. It's actually like damage reduction, but it's 1, so it doesn't matter. And it works for skins too, so it's dependent on what skin you're using.
Great.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's a hidden
So against-
passive.
So against Leona, always use
What
sunglass
the
skins.
fuck did you do?
I didn't do anything.
That's not a good
Wait.
idea.
I can't go in. Oh no.
Bye.
Bye.
And like that, we only had 3 players left.
Let me read. Let me find the description for this room first, please. Where the fuck did it? Where the fuck is
Whispers
it?
what?
I know what it's called. And I lost the description. There it is. Court of Storms. Fucking hell.
I'm
Whispers falling
dying.
silently into the
Thank you.
storm.
Thank you.
Please refund yourself that spell slot.
Okay. So I have just
okay.
learned that the map will not let me Misty Step onto that platform over there.
Yes. Okay, so
I can't Misty Step through the window.
Oh my fucking god! What?
Like it seems like I should be able to Misty
my
Step through that window.
God. I'm figuring out what text to read you right now. I'll need a second. Okay, I think
Take
this
your
is
time.
referencing the upper floor. Yes, okay, this is referencing the upper floor. So this rectangular courtyard is open to the twilight sky. It has no visible floor, instead a vortex of dark clouds churns below. A marble tower rising from the maelstrom is encircled by 7 turrets. 4 stone staircases extend from the outer areas of the palace to the tower. Each one part of a buttress that spans the void and stabilizes the tower.
What is a buttress? That sounds like a female butt.
I don't know.
A buttress is literally so the term butt is actually any place where 2 things meet. A buttress is a set of is a structure which supports another structure by coming at it from the side. And so like a flying buttress is on the outside of churches. You'll see the walls are supported by an external structure that pushes that provides support laterally from the sides. That's a flying buttress. You've got them all over Europe. So
Yeah, I know this.
Okay, but specifically in here, what that's referencing is these staircase segments here.
Yep.
Which, by the way, they lead to another map.
Oh,
So
great.
please use them together.
So
Well, we can't use them now.
I'm very
Good dimension door.
I'm so sad that I can't Misty Step into the central spire.
Well,
Yeah, but
I'm
we
not
could dimension
because
door.
I want to do this as a team, right?
All right, fair enough.
I mean, we have 2
Okay.
people who can use dimension door. No. Let's continue.
Oh,
Anna,
Oh,
do you
and
come
dice.
along? I want to close. This is way too bright. My eyes.
yeah, it's so
I
bright
just-
out there.
It's
I
over
just
here.
saw.
And that's me saying this.
I just saw who is
What
in
a
that central
nice
spire,
floral rug.
and you should be happy that you can't Misty Step in there. Because
What
if
a
you
nice
went alone,
floral
you would
rug.
probably
Oh,
dead.
Lorna?
Well,
Oh
if
no,
I
the light is
went-
broken. I don't see shit. It's all black.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, the light here is broken.
Set yourself on fire.
Oh no.
Oh, goody. Well,
You could just use a light
Yeah.
spell on yourself.
How
Please-
about this? Is that lighting?
Yeah.
It should
Can-
be. Okay, so
You
I
can
think
see that.
this right here is the door that I mentioned I have a handout for. I can
Oh,
show you how
Oh.
that
I don't
door
see
looks.
the door. I just see black.
Because unfortunately, I think on the other side of that is yes, apply active effects. Melva has applied light. You should be able to see now.
Oh my god, you sparkle!
Yep. As I said,
Positive.
there's now about 200 animations for everything.
It's so bright!
is
It's
bright.
so bright! Look at the way, like, Whispers is all washed out!
What is this? I just moved something. Ah, okay. So
Kana, do you want to be bright also?
No, I think it's okay.
Okay.
Do you want to be a firefly?
okay. Let me grab that real quick so I can show you. It is in fact door.
Oh,
Boy, it's a lion.
Yeah, this
Rose
one
and
is
lion.
indeed a lion instead of
With a crown.
a stag, a heart.
But what is it lying about?
Maybe I'm a lion. Didn't.
I clicked away the handout. I'm stupid. Did it have a handle?
Really?
No.
No.
Okay.
And this also has one of these reliefs, but this time it's a lion with a crown instead of a type of deer with a crown.
I
So,
roar.
Party.
Roar.
Wanna continue on? Or
No,
we
I
don't
want
have
to
to.
roar at the door.
Also, there is actually
Roar at the door?
There's something for this room too that I haven't read yet. Running the length of this oblong room is a rug woven with images of thorny white roses. Each of the doors on the north and south walls has an alabaster pedestal standing inside the room beside it. Atop each pedestal is an alabaster vase that holds several long-stemmed white roses. Carved into the vase are the words "take one" in common.
oh, don't mind if I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a
Take
white
one.
rose as well. And gonna
I'm
offer it
also
to the
going
door.
take one.
Thank you.
Okay,
I cast light on that rose too.
the door does indeed not open, just like the other one you saw.
Not if you void it.
Oh crap, I forgot something earlier. I need to rewind because I don't think you'll naturally return there again. But in that
Okay.
pavilion, there was also a package on the table that had your names on it. None of the guests
Oh.
has been rude enough to open it.
Oh.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
I
Obviously
understand
would have
that
grabbed them as
Alcorn
soon as
have
we saw them.
taken the package and now given it to you.
No.
Okay.
Can I open it? Can I open it?
Why didn't you tell us earlier?
there just one
you
package
were
of-
running away and I was sprinting after you.
We had
Yeah,
enough
just-
time to build a water castle.
That
He
was
just
because of
drops
the
to
break.
the floor defeated. Just take it.
Is
Kygo's gonna
there
take it.
just one package?
Kana,
or
do you
are
want to
there
own mine
Just
too?
Are there
one
packages for
single
everyone?
package. One single package that has all of your names on the tag.
Okay, Kana asked first, so I think she
Yeah.
can open it.
Which, by the way, is a
Yeah!
really big tag because it has obviously Petris, impaled Petris, Kana the fairy, Mia's, I forget your last name.
Wavida.
And then it also just has a scroll that isn't magical of dissonant whispers.
Excellent.
like that it says Impaled Petrus. Like, that's his official name now.
Petrus the Impaler. No,
Yeah,
Sir
yeah.
Ted
No.
the Impaler.
So as you open it, you find a little chime, along with a note that is written in Draconic.
Oh.
Can any of you read it?
I think I can. I'm
Yeah, you can.
I'm gonna look, but I think I can.
I can.
I can, Dracon. Yeah, I can.
It
I
says,
cannot.
"Many thanks. May fortune smile on you. Yours, Sir Talavar."
It's from Satalava!
Yay! Talavar is best dragon.
You also immediately attached to the note is a little description. You know that this is a chime of opening. It's a hollow metal tube that's about 1 foot long and weighs 1 pound. You can strike it as an action, pointing it at an object within 120 feet of you that can be opened. And a lock or latch on the object opens unless the sound can't reach it. And if no locks or latches remain, the object itself opens. It can be used 10 times, after which it cracks and becomes unusable.
I think Sir Talavar knew what we were going to have to run up against.
So
Let's open this door.
You can basically open
can
10
open-
locks for free with this.
Do we want to...
Open the line? I don't know. Or is the other door as well locked here?
We could go and find more locked doors before we open.
Before
Yeah.
we decide which
but-
door we want to delock.
Yeah, I think that's probably smart.
I don't
I
want
don't know
to
what smart is. though.
waste this thing.
Okay,
I'm not gonna
so
help
let's
you.
go. Let's explore then.
All right.
Kala's gonna
Whee!
put it into her bag of holding.
Okay, I'll give
Good.
you the
And-
actual item into your inventory if you stop moving for a second. Move 1 square further, please. Because you are on top of a hidden token.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoops.
What?
But all of you took a row, so it doesn't matter.
Oh.
Oh, basically, you would have had it added in the trap if you didn't.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh god!
Wait, you're in the Feywild. You better obey the fucking rules.
Yeah, true.
What's in this door?
I
So
just
I
grabbed
need
it
to
because pretty flowers.
bag of holding. Then I need to grab the item from the item journal. It is a chime of opening. Put it in there. There you go. You got it. You have
Yeah.
one now.
I want to open this door. Petrus,
That
can I
is
open the door?
indeed also a lion door. Both of these are lion doors. The one up here as well.
Hmm.
Oh, neat. Okay.
You just
I
cannot
don't-
see because the lion icon is on the other side of the wall. You don't have vision on.
Ah.
Are they lying to us that they are closed?
Ha.
Huh?
I don't.
Yeah. So this
Oh!
there's a spiral staircase here, and this is also a lion door.
Bless
Bless you.
you. Okay.
You want to go up the spiral staircase? Do you want to go down the up staircase?
What?
It's
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
anti-tower.
It's very... 9 minutes, or I'm flaming.
Okay, so let me tell you one more thing, which is this door right here. That is another stag door.
Interesting.
So far you've encountered 2 of those and a total of 4 lion doors.
So, do you believe that if we collect like a token, like this is a lion token, if you like attack the door with it, it opens?
I don't know what to believe. We haven't seen anything that wasn't a door with these symbols on it.
So it should be right here, where you
what?
come out. This is another map,
Oh.
so I'll have to pull you up to the upper floors, which I haven't actually managed to remember what they are yet. So
We'll take our time.
please take your time walking around here because I will need to look at the rooms. There's 51
Is there
rooms in
really-
this.
Is there really a person just flying around in space?
Yes, there's actually a person that is time frozen, falling down into the Court of Storms through this hole in the central spire. There's just someone that is floating there, frozen in time.
Okay.
So, I feel like we should rescue that guy.
Yeah.
He's time frozen.
If
You
we can
can't
move
him.
them.
You can't move him
But we
without
could-
unfreezing him.
No, but we could take a rope, put it around his leg.
No, you cannot.
That's true.
You cannot move that person without unfreezing
No, no,
them.
no, 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 no,
No,
no.
but the boat
tie him,
put
tie
it
him
yeah.
to a wall.
So when time
when time
freezes-
continues on, he's
Tethered.
Not dead.
Well,
No,
if,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
wall.
if you tie him to a wall, he will just be slammed into that wall.
Probably.
That's healthier than whatever this is.
What if one of us
Mm.
were to fly over to him and then dimension door him back here? Because
You
I
can't
don't
move
think
him.
we want to.
Cannot move him.
Can't even do it
No.
via
No.
magic.
Nothing. You cannot affect time frozen people.
Okay, what
It
if?
was cast
right.
with, via the cauldron.
What if
That is true.
Hear me out.
Mm.
Never
Yeah.
remembered.
What if we used 3 ropes
to
so that they
suspend the poor person in midair.
in midair? Yeah.
What if we
What the
build a
hell?
spider web under the person?
Because I think all of us have 50 feet of rope.
We do,
So-
yes.
So if we tied him so that he cannot fall, but he will be trapped in the center, and then we can come back and rescue him at our leisure.
What is the third thing you want to tie him to? Because the walls are smooth, so you can't
like,
tie anyone
my
to a
general-
wall.
From here,
And here.
and there, and then here.
We don't need a third rope.
Well, otherwise he'll fall to here. Yeah. And then
yeah, but like,
probably swing beyond and slam into this wall.
but Phaedra said the walls are smooth.
The walls are
No, no, no,
smooth,
no.
yes, but these.
But does these balconies have
But
like
there's
a
railing.
thingy?
Yeah, they have railing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So tie him to the railings here, and then tie him to some object inside of here.
I wonder what this was. What, like, this person was like yoted through that
Yeah.
wall, and then immediately the time froze. So
Probably because they protected Sibylla.
yeah. So maybe the Kana.
So as you keep talking about that, Elkhorn just wanders onto the balcony, trying to figure out what you're doing. Just squints his eyes and goes, "Strongheart!
Oh,
You know him?
That's the
Okay,
leader
now-
of Valus Call."
Okay, so we gotta save him.
Yeah, we gotta save him.
Kana,
Alright, so
can you fly for
Anna,
us?
you can fly, right?
yes. I
So
mean,
can you-
I play like almost all the time. Why do you ask
I know.
that?
So can you take 50 feet of rope and we'll tie it around this end, and then you take it to him and tie him up with it. Like,
And
don't
take
tie
another 50 rope to
don't-
tie him up and tie him to that.
Yes.
Wait, from here
From here to him.
To here.
And
then
someone
From here to there.
there,
well,
And then
to there.
and then
there
maybe
could be
from
something
like
dangerous inside there.
Yes.
maybe
don't
from
know.
like here.
Yeah, maybe not there, but at least those two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe here, somewhere on the wall.
And if he
Would it-
is strong, if Strongheart is really that strong, I think if he like slammed into this wall over here, it shouldn't really be deadly.
It
Yeah.
would be a pendulum. Oh, hey, I know. Could we? Oh, I will attach to him. I have an object that gives me fly. Oh, I don't want to lose it. But okay, I have an object
Just
that
use
gives
the
me fly.
ropes. Just
Yeah,
use,
just use the rope. Keep the item.
You could just
He
tie
wouldn't know
him
how to
to
use
this. You
Yeah.
could just tie him to this and tie him to this.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
He'd be
yeah.
fine.
That'll do it.
Sounds good.
Don't expect basic geometry from players of Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll not move Kana around, but you can do that. It's
Like that.
easy. As long as you don't fly too far down into the cloud vortex, you're fine.
And don't
Okay.
don't tie the ropes to his legs. Do it
Yeah.
like to a leg and an arm, because if
Don't
you
do
do
it
it
to-
to his legs, he would do the splits, and that I don't know if you can do that.
No,
Yes.
no.
Also, don't tie it to his neck.
Both of them are around his waist. Come on, give him a harness. Look here, and she gives you a quick primer on how to tie a harness around a person's
Holy crap.
legs, so that they kind of sit down so that they kind of just sit into it, and that's it, and it's no big deal.
Why does the word shibari come into my mind?
Okay, so you
Oh,
tie him
Because
in
that's
a way
why
that
I know how to do it.
you tie Strongheart to the walls in a way that he will survive.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
you at closer inspection, you see by doing some blast pattern analysis that this door was in fact exploded at this wall, exploded out with him in it. Like
We do some real quick glass pattern analysis.
it's easy if it doesn't move.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So where do you want to go next?
What,
Uh,
Kana, can you take at least like a look in there? If there's something dangerous, you can just.
I guess she can, while tying the rope to him, look in there.
Sure.
Like, glance over.
You look into it, and you see, luckily not being noticed by her, Bavlorna in that room.
oh, right, we didn't kill her.
The one remaining.
Is she still is she moving?
She's just moving around in there, yeah?
We already saw her moving.
She was the only one we didn't.
Yeah,
Oh, great.
she was the
Did
only one
she
we did.
see us tying up Strongbad?
This
Oh,
wouldn't be. No, she's busy reading books. It seems.
Is she the Jabba Dragon?
No!
I need to go to the toilet,
What?
so how about we have a short break here? Does that sound good to everyone?
Me.
But like short break, not like we say 50 minutes and then we speak an hour
No.
about phonemes.
Really
You say-
short break, like 10 minutes maybe. I need to poop.
Okay.
We say
That's
15
fine.
minutes and then it becomes 50 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, we'll be back in about 10.
Hey.
Anyway,
Beep bop. Hello.
Yeah.
10 minutes, as promised.
Well, it's been 13, but yeah. We have
enough.
returned.
10 minutes as promised.
yeah.
Kana has tied up the guy,
Strong heart, yeah.
and now you need to go places.
My brain
Well,
was
I'm
just
glad that
thinking,
we-
like, I hope you're into bondage! And then leave.
Yes.
I mean,
I
there's
know
not
he cannot
much we
hear
can do.
it, but
I want to explore dangerous castle.
not Kana, so. Yeah, so.
Yeah, let's explore
Dangerous.
dangerous frozen castle.
Are these?
Let's move!
Is this hallway also full of doors
wait.
with
No.
We have
ideas?
We have maybe to be a little careful in that direction. There is Bavlona. In
Bedroom.
that middle thing.
Who did?
Oh.
New
Have you
bedroom,
heard
who's this?
about the... I already forgot her name. The green woman.
Perfect.
I
Huh?
thought you were going somewhere else.
Same.
What was the green
Oh.
woman?
Which green woman?
Okay.
I just said the green woman.
Like the... Not the actual toad person, but like the one who like you looked like a human toad. Like,
You mean Bavlona?
yes! I already... She so... She was saying the name like 3 seconds ago. And I was like, whoop, whoop.
Name in, name out.
What-
Okay, so
Hey,
you
The
look
only
into...
thing that stuck was that I have to spin in circles.
You look into the white room. By the looks of it, this is a guest room. And in it is a handsome young male human in a white nightshirt sleeping in the bed, probably until you break the spell. Because he is
Just-
frozen in time.
Just a white nightshirt?
Just a white nightshirt.
White night. Well, how does a nightshirt look like exactly? Like
It has night written on it.
in a night, not in night. You know.
Yes,
It has
I
night
know.
written on it.
It's just it has it has like a darkie of a knight, but as a shirt.
Yes.
I think we are causing Sona to have headaches.
No, sorry.
Okay, the green room has been opened.
The green room.
Oh.
It is green. The rooms have colored
green.
furniture. This one is the white room. That's the green room.
Are they wearing a green nightshirt?
Let me see. A well-dressed forest gnome stands on a stool in front of a vanity, looking into a mirror as she combs her green hair.
She combs. Just
Coom.
That's a really bad position to be stuck frozen in time in.
I guess just got lucky. Unlucky.
The vanity
Yeah,
has
she-
various cosmetics and vials of perfume on it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
She combs her hair. Okay.
Boop.
Privacy.
No.
So you may have some privacy as a treat.
More rooms. Kana's just staring into the white room for all eternity.
Whoa.
In the white room with black curtains.
is,
and that's all we're
uh,
gonna use in that song.
There's the black room, right here.
But that's not black.
It is black. 6 goblins are in the midst of cleaning the room. One of them perches precariously on a stack of chairs while reaching out to dust the top of a tall black wardrobe.
Whoa, not safe for work.
This one's not safe for work.
Yeah.
Kana, you stand in front of a door.
Hmm.
What?
The surface of this double door is sculpted to look like the head of a cat. As you approach it, it purrs.
Oh.
Well, hello there.
Hello, cat.
Hello, kitty.
Hello.
Race back as I.
Open the door.
Well, I was meant to require a password to let people in. But that is so
if I pet you?
boring.
What if I can pet you?
I want answers to
You want
more
scratches?
meaningful, philosophical questions.
Oh no.
So tell me, are we at the mercy of fate, or do we create our own destiny?
That's a
Depends.
good fucking question.
If
I
if
do
a
believe
person
we have some influence.
if a person named Fate has a knife to your throat, then yes, you are to Fate. You can also name your children Destiny. So
Well, I personally think that if I had my own choice of destiny, I wouldn't still be stuck to this door.
Yeah, I
yeah,
would.
who would like that? Being a door.
Give me,
Whispers
everyone who
continues
answered the
to melt.
question, give me a persuasion check, please.
does
I
9
would
count as
like-
an answer?
I would like to offer that my meowing is an answer.
We're done here.
Anyway.
The door opens.
We're done.
Anyway.
No, it's not open until I give it a shot.
Are you rolling with the plugin again?
I am.
Please don't. That messes with things. It's not
All right,
compatible
I
with any of the workflow tools, so it just doesn't work.
I apologize. How do I sing?
Lovely. Yeah, that's better. But still, that also passes. All of those pass, actually.
I told
Yeah,
you.
just so
But yeah, actually, the Beyond 20 browser extension messes with so many things in Foundry that there's a Foundry plugin to block roles from the browser extension.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
But I like the browser extension.
But it
How come
works
there's not a
with
Foundry
exactly
plugin?
nothing.
How come there's not a Foundry plugin to convert roles from the browser extension
Because why?
Make one.
so that they'd actually work? Like, I don't understand why you would be like, just block it rather than being like, well, there's a way to make this work. Let's make this fucking work.
There's no way
Can
to
you
make
please-
this work. Anyway. The doors are locked.
Thank you, kitten.
Thank you, Kitty.
Thank you for opening the door. Kinda gonna pet cat anyway. Door cat. Cat door.
You confuse me, Mias.
Why? What am I confusing you with?
Was that like super deep philosophical insight, or just
Bullshit.
because who names the kid Destiny?
I think there are legit people who are named Destiny, so.
So here's the thing. If you then had a grandchild, they would be Destiny's child. And that is a very good idea.
Yes. So, to make this the hallway quick, this is a stag door, this is a lion door, this is a stag door. The only non-animal
Okay.
door is that one at the other end of the hallway.
Okay.
Mr. Stag.
Kana, do you want to stack on me?
Stag.
Okay.
Maybe that opens the door.
Kana's gonna fly on the shoulders of
Let's both knock at the same time.
Mr. Lion.
Doesn't work.
1,
No.
2, 3.
Knock, knock.
Does unfortunately not work.
Okay,
So
but we
from
tried.
what I
Just standing
infer
there. Hey.
is like that all animal doors are evil. No. The cat was nice. So almost all animal doors are evil.
Very good. Perfect.
Almost all animal doors are frozen, mate.
You went. I think this is area 45.
Area 51.
Welcome to the area 51 is actually in this castle.
Have aliens in it?
You mentioned that
I'm
we have
gonna run
51
there.
rooms.
There's 51 rooms, so area 51 is here. I just don't remember where it is. It doesn't have aliens. Maybe. Maybe it does?
Maybe. If I was
Okay.
making a game that had 51 rooms in it, I would definitely put aliens in Area 51.
Yeah. No,
So you enter the room and the saucers are flying.
Yes. No, also to just close the previous topic about the browser extension. We're using an automation suite that isn't compatible with the browser extension. It isn't compatible with the browser extension because the guy who developed the browser extension hasn't bothered to include compatibility for it. There is another plugin that allows you to use D&D Beyond character sheet roles with the automation system I have in place. I have not installed it though because that feature costs money.
Gotcha.
And I'm not gonna pay for it. If you could just as well roll in Foundry. But yeah, so this spacious bedchamber is lightly furnished. An oval mirror in a black wood frame is mounted on the east wall, and a chess set with jet and bloodstone playing pieces rests atop an octagonal table in the southwest corner, flanked by two comfortable high-backed chairs. A four-poster bed with black silk sheets and drapes stands in the middle of this room. Lounging on the bed are two creatures, each with the lower body of a lion. One has the head and upper torso of a woman, the other the head and the upper torso of a man.
I think we are intruding.
Yeah, I think so too.
I need to figure
Maybe they
out...
have the lion key.
I need
Maybe
to
they have the lion key.
figure out if they are frozen in time.
They should be.
They
And
are
if they are
not
still
frozen in time.
Oh.
We are sorry for disturbing you. Please continue whatever you were doing. But also if the lion key, we would appreciate that. Bye.
If I don't move, they can't see me.
They're not dinosaurs.
So, one of them, the one with the upper body of a woman, looks over at you and says, "Are you important?"
We
Yes.
will be.
Maybe?
No, we are already.
We're pretty important.
We already killed 2 hags.
All right. Why aren't you frozen?
Well, lovely if you're important, then we can at least spare the time to talk to you. We've been sent here. We arrived later. We are looking for proof. Proof specifically that about the past of Zybilna's person. If you were so kind to bring us anything you find about her past, that would be most appreciated.
Did we get something for that?
No?
Okay, bye.
Sorry for intruding.
Why exactly do you need the past of Zybilna?
Because we
this?
do.
Okay, bye.
The reason is none of your concern. Well,
Then we could. This is of none of our concern.
I do want to try and share the artwork for these because it is pretty cool. But I don't know how
Is it
to
safe for work?
do that.
We couldn't have convinced them to let us through to the south doors, right? In that room.
Oh, there were doors?
Yes, there
There
were.
were
doors?
additional doors at the south.
They
door.
also didn't seem like
Well,
they were
you could
trying
just-
to do anything to you.
You
Like,
could just walk there, yeah.
Yeah, then we could just walk there.
I just didn't want to run on ahead through.
Yeah, no, I just didn't see the
well,
doors.
people.
No, so
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go here and say bye.
Oh, sorry, wrong door. Bye.
Bye.
enjoy
There's
yourselves.
nothing here, wrong door. Bye.
Oh,
That's
it's
just
another
a balcony that
There's legit
overlooks.
nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
good.
Bye.
Unless you can figure out a way to unlock any of the animal doors, you are tough out of luck up here. So your only real course of action is to either open any of those or go back downstairs and keep exploring there.
Well,
Hmm.
there's another room on this level.
Well, also there's
another couple
nothing.
of rooms.
There's nothing preventing you from crossing the Court of Storms, because anything that isn't a wall isn't a wall. So you could go to one of these staircases. You could go to Bavlorna and bother her. That would be options that you can take. Also, this window is open. I don't know what that does for you, but that window is open.
Nice.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Let me really
Good.
quickly give you the description for Jesus.
Ow!
Oh god.
What was that?
That scared the shit. I don't know. I think there was
Ori, what the
something
fuck?
from Corey. Yeah, something audio fucked up. I don't know.
Yes, this
yeah,
one.
no, that doesn't
Yes.
sound good. Holy shit, you give me a heart attack. Holy fuck. Help. No. Okay, I think your
Corey's
mic is broken.
mic is broken, yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh no.
Then it just comes out as screaming.
Huh?
Okay, that's better. No, maybe not.
Whoa.
Wow. So that, by the way, that is the correct pronunciation of Whisper's name.
Yes.
Yes.
What the fuck happened?
What pronunciation?
Pronunciation of Whisper's name. Dissonant Whispers.
Ah!
That's the pronunciation of his name.
That was a audience. Are you still? The audience is now deaf.
Well, they are all at least awake now.
Good morning.
I like this that Melva's and my reaction was the same. Like just like first thing to do, like take off your headset, like oh no! Like we both just like
Remove source of danger.
yes.
I just looked at
If loud sound, remove headset.
I just look at the Discord to see if Corey maybe typed something, and then I see fucking attention deficit and disorder. Is that the spin-off of Law and Order where nobody can remember what they did 10 minutes ago, and they keep getting distracted by things that are not evidence?
Every time we say something weird, we get the sound. Clang clang!
Oh no.
Corey is muted and deafened. Corey is many things.
Corey's trying to find out how to fix shit.
Corey is
If it's
still muted.
possible
Yeah.
to fix shit. That would be the other
What the fuck happened?
Tech broke.
The tech problem stream returns.
We had those problems for quite a while.
There are no problems on D&D with Faye. There are no problems on D&D with Faye.
I hope that your microphone is safe and sound after it has like a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
Or if like 2 minutes pass.
So far, does it recognize in Windows? Like, does it exist?
Technical difficulties. Woo!
Doesn't have to be a problem with your microphone. Maybe it can be with a USB port.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Peanuts.
Peanut.
There's something more
Where
healthy.
is Peanuts? Where is Peanuts? Where do I have to go?
Oh no. A Pinex.
Love it.
Corey's camera also stopped working. Malva's camera also stopped working.
Everything's fine.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
Ding. Corey just completely crashed. Oh god. Maybe
Yeah,
he's restarted the PC.
Maybe Corey's trying to restart PC. Maybe that
Yeah.
helps, yeah.
For some reason, sometimes the ukulele doesn't really come through the microphone threshold.
Yeah. Well,
You mean Coom?
Huh?
You mean Coom? Coom through the microphone threshold?
I think
Oh.
it's that Discord is trying desperately to remove
Yes.
ambient sound, and it decides that it's an ambient sound.
Well, I don't play the ukulele pretty loud. I play it quietly.
Quite quietly.
The best bass line in the world, for some reason, is so simple. Or
That
if,
one?
as some wise man once said, this song is so simple, even the White Stripes can play it.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
Isn't it such a beautiful night? Wait.
Oh.
I forgot how the song works.
F.
Discord is removing all of the notes.
Yeah. Like
All of them. Just no music.
It's funny because you get the occasional strum, and it's clearly there's a strum sound, but there's no notes.
yeah.
It's weird. Don't do that. It's not the ukulele's fault.
Oh, he Discord. Speaking of Discord, Uri, come back.
Are we in a pause stream right now? A
No,
pause
we
stream
are
right
not.
now? Oh, good.
Uri has returned. Hopefully the microphone isn't crap. Uri, can you hear us? You're still muted. Let's pray. Uri?
I can hear you.
Hello.
You're no longer creating dissonant whispers with your microphone. It works.
Yeah, and also Discord shows my microphone again.
What the fuck? Let's hope it doesn't happen again for the rest of the session and continue. I'm sorry for all headphone users in the audience, by the way. I will not remember to cut this out, so I'm sorry for your ears.
Timestamp.
I was so startled that I forgot to make a timestamp.
Just remember the time now.
I just pushed the button. Stream Decks, they are good. I actually have set up my Stream Deck in a way that automatically handles my pause screen and also automatically creates stream markers whenever I push that button, so I can cut pauses out.
That's smart.
Yes.
That's
If you
very
want
cool.
the button, I will.
I wanted to do that too, but I have not done it yet.
If you,
I don't have a Stream Deck.
Forgetting it.
Everyone has a Stream Deck. If you have a phone, like €9 a month.
I don't want to spend €9 a month.
No, just try to get a used Stream Deck on eBay or something.
A small stream deck.
You also have the big one.
Now, yes.
Honestly,
But I had this one.
One Stream Deck is
And-
not enough, and I will eventually live in a room covered with Stream Decks.
I don't have a Stream Deck.
Anyway, let's continue with what I wanted to do, which is read the
Yeah.
description of the rooms.
Yes.
Yeah.
The blue room is just there's a line of bluebirds perched motionless on the sill of the open window, which is this one. The room is otherwise unoccupied. And the red room, in the red room, there is a high elf noble with long hair standing in the middle of the room. The elf is holding a crystal goblet of water, and tied to his belt is a glass-handled rapier. A goblin stands next to him and is holding a tray with a decanter of water on it.
He likes to stay hydrated.
Yes.
Can
That
I?
is it for these rooms.
Can I cut his hair?
No.
Why would you do that? Also, no, it's also free.
I thought about putting,
maybe
like,
we
wine
should
into
go
this
down
glass.
again. We need to find a way how to open those weird doors.
Since I need
But
to
we have
transfer you between
a
maps,
way.
if you want to go down, just tell me.
Oh yeah, okay.
I
Down.
think down.
Yeah, down.
Okay.
I think if we should, if we start with a door, we should start with the front door.
Yeah.
Oh no! Why would we do that?
First down on the DM.
That's a lion door still.
Okay.
I forgot.
So there's more hallway up there.
That is true. Again, to recap, lion door, stag door.
Gotcha.
Stag door on the bottom. The other two doors seem to be unanimaled.
Nice.
Excellent.
Oi.
Okay, please wait.
Oh.
I need to reference the map for that room. It is destroyed, so I'd rather have the description out there before you enter it. Same goes for the other room. Okay, so this one doesn't actually have much of a description. All you know is that it is completely destroyed. The top room, the northern room. It's just in shambles. Something big came through here and broke everything.
Maybe it's that big.
Yes. As you peer around the corner, you see
A giant Mr. Bear.
over here, this corner, the east corner. This chamber contains a round, marble-topped table ringed by high-backed chairs. Wait, that's the wrong room. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a very small round table.
Oh my god, they numbered it that way? Why? Okay, sorry. That description part is for the room up north here. No, you're dangerously close to the Jabberwock right now. I would assume you don't want to be that close to it. Because that massive token is the Jabberwock.
So here's the problem.
Which you
I
cannot
literally
see
cannot
right now
see
because
it.
it is too light.
Yeah, there's
No,
too much.
you can-
Too bright to
That's
actually see
that's
right
not
now.
true. You can't see it because it covers the grid.
Now,
No,
You
because
can only see it.
if you
see
have
the grid
but you
lines.
cannot see it.
No, you also don't see the grid lines because of it. That's how you can recognize it. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, hold on. I'll just
Oh dear.
try to make this work. Can I not? I cannot. Oh, because I'm... yes. I didn't download the monster images to the server. I'm referencing them from the CDN, so I can't actually make a token of these creatures. Well, anyway. Description for that room is a grand ballroom lies before you. The northern part of its floor littered with the splintered remains of 3 doors that have been knocked from their hinges, leaving openings through which you can see adjoining rooms, like the one you're in. Throughout the ballroom, royal courtiers stand motionless, their eyes fixed on a black iron cauldron atop a dais in the middle of the chamber. This thing.
Well,
And a
I guess
huge
we know.
dragon-like
is.
monster that is coiled around it. The dragon's body twitches slightly, and its closed eyelids flutter as it dreams. 2 figures are frozen, statue-like, off to one side of the cauldron. An imperious middle-aged woman with long white hair and white robes, and a younger woman clad in armor wearing a white cape. The older woman is reaching desperately toward the cauldron, while the armored woman at her side is grasping a fine-looking quarterstaff. That is
Let's
the
go to the
description
cauldron.
for that room.
What do you say? Dimension door to the cauldron.
Also, yeah, the Jabberwock isn't actually here. It is around the cauldron. It is covering it from all sides, sleeping. I just can't move it on
So-
top of there.
So, you think the robed woman
Oh, I can.
is Sibylla? Does she look like an archfey?
I don't know. I never saw her.
But I think we should be very quiet and be careful of the debris.
Yeah, Alcorn says,
I-
Whispers, please don't say your name.
You got it.
Is this one?
Also, please don't use knock.
Yes, knock is very loud.
Oh
Knock is
my
extremely
God.
loud.
If we had used knock on any of those doors, we would be fucked.
Do you think we can dimension door to the cauldron or not?
you want to dimension door on top of the Jabberwock?
Then instantly dimension door away from it. With the
Accomplishing
cauldron.
what exactly? The cauldron is
I don't
frozen
know.
too, and it's like affixed
Oh.
to the days.
I thought maybe with the cauldron we could unfreeze.
We have the unicorn horn, the unihorn.
Yeah.
The unicorn.
What if you cast Dispel on the cauldron? What if I cast Dispel on the cauldron?
And you roll a 21?
Pat was asked
I mean,
her.
it's DC 19 with my spell casting ability, which is a +7.
Whispers back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Whispers is whispering.
No, I just think that you two in character have this conversation.
Yes.
You don't know if
The
that
only
would
logic
work.
which you understand.
You don't know for sure if any of this works, but I will tell you one thing, You're pretty sure if you're sufficiently quiet, you can get around the Jabberwock without alerting it, and get to any of those other rooms on the other side of the ballroom.
We want to try? Go over there.
I'll also give you the description for this room here real quick, because you can see
Oh.
into it.
Ah.
That is simply the bathing room. Steam rises from a murky bathing pool. The tiled floor around the bath is cracked and ruined, as though something huge had stomped across it. Whatever caused this damage also left a gaping hole in one wall, through which you can see open air and the twilight sky. You
okay,
assume that
Patches?
creature to be the Jabberwock because the hole size kind of matches. The water is
Yeah, but
8
what's
feet
the
deep and
condition?
opaque.
Is the water like the water of the river? Like stagnant?
Like
Yes.
Slow. I put handprints in the water.
Okay.
Oh.
Are these doors special, or are they regular doors? They're
Which
regular
doors?
I found another stag door.
Yeah, that's the same stag door. You're just on the
Another
other side
stag
of it
door.
now. Huh?
Lady
alert
Tiva
was
just
triggered.
subscribed.
Tiva, thank you for the sub.
Whoa. Hi,
Thank you,
Tiva.
Tiva.
Hello, Tiva.
Hello, Tiva.
Hey. Okay,
But
so
why
that
can we get-
room.
To that room when it's closed through. Okay.
Because
Nice! Get around.
one wall of this chamber is lined with wooden cubicles, each containing a small bench and a hook for hanging clothes. Underfoot, a mosaic floor depicts images of demons.
Demon.
Okay.
So this must be the changing room. Well, that's kind of
Probably.
obvious, right?
Would make sense if
Yeah,
it's
but-
adjacent to the bathroom, yes.
But also,
But why is there like this door?
demon floor.
Because
outskirt.
people don't just come. So people don't just come in from.
I mean the stag door.
Yeah, so people don't just come in from that side to go into the bathhouse. Maybe.
Well, maybe
Oh
this.
wait, yeah, there
or
probably
into the
was
changing
no door on this wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just stupid, sorry.
It's just the,
No,
there's no more wall.
I got into the other side. I don't get it.
It's like,
Or maybe there
it's
was
like-
just a stag
Right.
door there too. You don't know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Okay.
so, do we want to just sneak around the Jabberwock and
Yeah.
and explore further
We can
Because-
Yes.
to unfreeze the whole castle? We have to use the unicorn horn on the cauldron, right?
I'm stealthing,
Please don't.
and then
Excellent.
I'm going to quietly creep into this north room.
Okay, I think it is decided then.
Okay, so that is the room that I accidentally read. The round table. Round marble top table ringed by high-backed chairs. Between the table and the curved wall of tall, slender windows stands a motionless, white-haired wizard wielding a staff that has a glittering frost erupting from this tip. Whispers and Petrus, please give me an Arcana check as you look at this.
Oh god. Petrus is stupid. He doesn't know
I
Arcana
know
stuff.
so little. I'm also very dumb.
So it is definitely magic, but you can't figure out what spell he could be casting.
That's clearly some kind of magic. Y'all, I think this
It is
person
magic.
is.
Oh,
Maybe we should get Mias. He knows more about ice magic than we
Let
do.
me look at these stuff.
You know-
Do I
Oh,
look like I know ice magic?
I'm fairly certain
Kana,
that this
you
guy
don't need to stealth. You
is
fly.
not a monk.
yeah, I was. But
Yes. You're flying,
I'm
so
flying
you
very
won't
carefully.
make noise.
No,
And
but
everything
I
else,
fly carefully.
okay. Everyone else is fine. In that case, I'll just say that your DC is even lower because you are flying.
I'm
And
fairly
all you need
certain,
to watch out for is to not fly into anything or drop things.
I am fairly certain, you guys, that this person is not a monk.
Huh.
Well,
That's
be
a
a
cool
want me to
assumption.
Arcana check now too?
By the way, I need
Please.
to roll. You can, sure. So can Kana, but yeah.
Would be a rogue, though.
I need to roll stealth for Alcorn. Give me a second.
Oh no.
I rolled a 17. He's fine. Okay, so Arcana. Nope. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
You-
stupid. You have
you
no
don't
idea.
figure
It's
out
a
what
spell.
spell
It's
that is.
magic.
You don't
It's
figure out what
magic, I
spell that is. Even Petrus with the 2 figured out that it is magic.
Yes. We all know. Yeah, it's magic.
But you have no idea which
I
one.
think his staff came out just out of the pool.
So this is just another broken area, I think. Yes. Okay, so
Is this
yeah,
a non-magical door?
the room to the west and the room to the east, these two are the same room in the book. It's just
Oh,
broken
okay.
rooms.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, there is just a hallway here. You're safe, you assume, once you enter here.
Excellent.
And Mias is still in the round table room. Are you doing something in there?
I was thinking of if I ask you to if I can do another Arcana check, but everyone went ahead, so I just take this as my decision to not even ask.
You made one. So
Yeah, but I was thinking if I could just stay longer.
oh sure.
You sit
But-
there
but
and you
everyone moved
stroke
ahead,
your
so
chin
that-
and
that
you
was
have
my
a good
decision.
thing.
What?
You sit
Okay.
and you stroke your chin and you have a good
So
thing for 10 minutes.
this room is guarded by another stag door.
Hmm.
Hmm.
God damn it. Can these doors open? Oh,
Yes,
they can.
they go back to the Jabberwock room.
It's just like
Also,
open the door,
another
see the
information
Jabberwock or closes the door
that
again.
I don't need to give
Yes.
you. You can, as you've finally been on the correct side of the lion doors down there, you can now also see on the map that they are all lion doors.
Oh yeah.
I'm terrified.
That's fine. So
I'm
which-
gonna real quick message Petrus because I can see Petrus from here and be like, "Big monster."
Please be slower about this. I need to get
Yeah.
to the fucking things. Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry.
This up here, An enormous owl stands perfectly still in the middle of this room, its wings partially outstretched. A wall of iron bars stretching from floor to ceiling forms a protective barrier around the chamber's entrance, keeping visitors separated from the owl. The wall across the double door has a 20-foot wide circular opening sealed with hinged semicircular windows in wrought iron frames. The marble floor is littered with bones of giant rats.
Oh.
Everything big.
If we unfreeze this castle and we enter this room, this owl will just enter a conversation. We can't stop.
If you say you need to switch the option to, and you will keep spamming A, and you will be stuck in the tutorial forever.
Do you want me to repeat this? Did you understand this? Yes? Oh, so...
So let me explain it to you again.
But yeah, why would Sibylla have... Why am I still whispering? Why should have Sibylla like a giant owl?
They're very smart.
Why not? You want pets?
Maybe she likes owls.
Petrus probably doesn't, but Melva knows that owls are stupid as fuck.
They're great.
They are
this owl
perfect
is
hunters. They don't
indeed
need
also
brains.
Stupid.
Yeah. Birds are great. They're stupid. I love birds.
Yes.
Thank you.
More rooms.
Miss this doesn't even need that. Okay, I'm open this door.
Okay, as you
Oh, God.
open the door,
Oh god. It's big, but I
Again,
can't see it.
like,
'cause
please
it's
don't just
invisible.
rush into the rooms. Let me read the description first. Please.
Yeah.
I am begging you.
I didn't see that again.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Paintings of fey creatures and the mounted heads of majestic elk with golden horns decorate the walls of this dining hall. In the middle of the hall, a deformed giant squats at the head of the table piled with food. This grease-stained tablecloth is tucked under the giant's chin as she washes down each slobbering mouthful of food with a gulp from a barrel of beer. A tea cart in one corner of the banquet hall has an iron kettle and a tureen of steaming soup resting on dollies atop it. I also have a
She
handout
moving?
for this. Yes.
Is she
Oh.
moving? Yeah, she is.
Find out.
She is described as eating, and that is an active action that she is doing. I
Yeah,
have a handout for you. There you go.
Oh my god. I love how using the tablecloth as a bib.
Makes sense. That's pretty clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should all do that when we sit around the table.
And she goes, where's that cake you promised me?
I'm gonna conjure up a silent image of a cake.
That doesn't fool her.
Damn it.
I'm going to
No.
say
Didn't he tell you 8 years high, lit with blood-red candles and icing white as snow?
I'm gonna
There's
conjure that up as a silent image.
there's a cake waiting for you in the central room where the cauldron is.
No, you were supposed to take it to me.
We can't lift it, it's too big.
Well, if you don't come back with the cake, I'll see if you taste as sweet as you look.
I look so...
Oh, thanks.
Oh, that's so nice.
Don't get
You're
flattered by
sweet
that.
too. All right. But I gotta go this way to get it. Is that all right?
It's in
I
the
gotta go
kitchen.
across. It's down. It's down through the double doors on the other side. Okay.
Down there?
Yes, it is. Hold on. Hold it. What
I'm
room
holding.
number is this? It's 16. Yep. You are absolutely right. That's the kitchen.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Hurry already!
This looks.
Well,
So you enter the kitchen. An 8-foot tall, 3-foot diameter, multi-tiered cake rests on a large round table in this kitchen, which also contains a stove and an assortment of mismatched cupboards and work tables. 8 pixies are suspended in midair around the cake, each wearing a chef's hat and flour-stained apron. 6 of the pixies squeeze cloth tubes that have icing coming out of them. The other 2 hold armfuls of tiny crimson candles. Thick creepers with broad leaves encroach on the kitchen through the partially open door in the middle of the concave wall. The roots stretch across the floor and coil around the large table, but not around a smaller, rectangular wheeled table that has 3 trussed-up giant rats on it.
Are these giant rats, like, alive?
No, everything in here is frozen in time. The rats are also down there, so...
wait.
how
So the pixies are also frozen.
Yes, all of them.
The pixies who were dressing the cake.
Yes.
Is the cake
Yeah, but
already
then
done,
how-
or do we have to add something?
The cake looks done enough.
I'm gonna poke my head back. I'm gonna poke my head back into the dining hall and 90 feet? Is that too far? No, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it because she should be able to hear me from 90 feet
You
away
can just
if I'm
yell.
reasonably loud. Yeah, I'm gonna yell. Have you been waiting for this cake for like weeks?
No, for a few hours. Didn't your master tell you?
Uh,
No, they didn't.
For how long have you been here?
3 days, maybe.
Ah.
Thanks.
Real quick, who's our master?
But Kalek, the stupid wizard dickhead.
Ah.
Gotcha. Thanks. Okay. I do not know what to make of this situation. I am too dumb for
Same.
this.
Same.
Yeah.
I also don't know what to do.
My only solution to that is that the giant is not good with time.
Well, the giant is not frozen, so she has to. She has to speak the truth, right?
No, she doesn't have to speak the truth. She just has to. If maybe she is stupid too. Like,
Maybe she was unfrozen 3 days ago.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. But then why is the cake in progress by pixies that are frozen?
well,
And those
then-
pixies have been frozen for a long time, right?
Right, they would have been frozen for weeks.
Well,
Please roll
if we-
history.
Oh.
You forgot something, I think.
I forgot something. That's super, super common.
yeah, that's usually what happens with us.
I'm still forgetting.
That's
Can we please roll?
Kana to the rescue. Kana, you
Kana
remember that Kalek is the name of the leader of the League of Malevolence who is currently occupying this castle.
Got it.
Okay.
So,
got it.
He wants us to bring the cake that was in progress for Zabilna's
Whatever. You don't know.
banquet. That
But the wizard is not.
well, no. We
the-
know that Zabilna was talking about a banquet before she was frozen.
Yes.
So this cake was being prepared for that banquet. The
Probably.
wizard, frozen castle, orc lady belongs to that big bad evil people, and
The League of Malevolence, yeah.
yes, and Therefore, quid pro quo, subsequently, cake.
Oh, it's getting dark in here.
What are we gonna do? Are we just gonna give her the cake?
I don't know. What else should we do? Just not go through there anymore? I don't know.
I personally wouldn't eat cake that has been standing around for weeks.
Well, it's been frozen in time, so
Yeah.
it's probably safe.
It doesn't
Is it?
spoil.
What about-
cannot
It's
spoil.
inanimate.
It cannot
The three-
spoil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The three
But-
rats that are trussed up on this little table, are they frozen as well?
Frozen.
Okay, so those are probably owl food.
But
Maybe.
But
wouldn't
But-
that be weird eating a frozen in time frozen cake?
Well,
Although
maybe
cake
she
is
was
frozen,
yeah, maybe she was just promised to have a cake from Kalak, and he did not further explain.
why don't we just give the cake to the giant? It's
Because
if we have to pass there through again, I want to pass through it alive.
yeah, we can
Yeah,
we
when-
can think
when
about
we-
how we do that on the way back. I think.
Okay.
Right, when we pass through again.
Yeah.
Sorry, before I open this door, I don't want to open this door just yet. This big room that we passed by before,
Yes.
Oh right.
what the fuck is going on in here?
This is here. The palace has been torn asunder by the growth of an enormous beanstalk that has lifted one of its towers high into the air. The space beyond the open doorway is choked with rubble and thick roots that form the beanstalk's base.
Do you want to try and climb the beanstalk?
You can. Also, in case you wonder, it is, in fact, on that handout I showed you. On the right side.
I remember.
There it is.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, I guess we can.
Do we
Go
want
up
to continue exploring here before we try to climb the beanstalk?
Yeah,
But I don't have to climb it. But
there should be
sure.
some more rooms, and then we're done.
Yeah. Like 2 more
Okay.
rooms and then we climb the beanstalk?
Okay,
Beanstalk, again, other map, so please climb it together.
we will.
Because map shenanigans are weird.
Yeah.
Mananigans.
Okay, so this is 15. Right. This candlelit workroom contains tables, dressers, and bunks for the palace staff. 5 goblins are frozen in place like statues, caught in the mundane chores of ironing clothes and darning socks and folding sheets. A row of brass bells is mounted on one of the walls. At closer inspection, you also see that these brass bells apparently are connected to some rope pulley network, and a dim memory of the same rope in the guest rooms upstairs flashes in your mind. You assume that these ring whenever one of those bells is pulled, one of the strings is pulled.
Servant quarters.
Room service.
And you
That
have the
is
bed
indeed
for
room
what room
service room.
service. And you have the bed for what room service.
Neat. Hey, you
Hold on.
guys!
Hold up, I need to check something. Whispers.
Castle wall.
Whispers.
Can you
Yeah.
please wait before opening
Yes,
new
waiting.
doors if anyone who wants to interact with something interacted with something?
Sure.
Whispers
I don't, but
and
for future reference.
Whispers and Kana also notice that there appears to be a person that is hiding in the cracks between one of the walls and one of those dresses.
Wait, where?
Where?
I think it is.
There are dressers?
Yeah, that's my fear. What dresses? What?
Up here, I think.
Oh,
I mean, these
Oh
two
yeah,
are
that's
dresses.
the only one.
These two big things are also
Oh.
dresses.
Hello there.
Hello there.
You may come out.
Hmm.
Hello there.
I'm gay.
Hello there.
I'm gay. No, no, sorry, I'd rather not. As you peek in the cracks, you spot this slender-looking person.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's
You're-
this corner there. Yeah.
You're so adorable. Come out. Let me see you.
No, I'd
Isn't
rather
it
stay here.
uncomfortable?
Why?
No, it is quite comfortable.
Why is that?
I don't trust you.
Why would you not trust us?
Why would I trust you?
Because we're
You're
not
complete
frozen.
strangers that have wandered into the palace. I've no reason to
Yes.
believe anything you say.
Do you work for Sibylla?
I will not surrender that information to people I don't trust.
Can I use detect thoughts?
What could we do?
Sure,
To
we
help
need a
you.
description, please.
Yeah.
Dub, dub.
Debida.
What? Sad. Is a description?
Jesus.
That is a description.
Nova has crashed again.
Also,
Okay.
quick question because I'm in my spellbook right now. Didn't we have a long rest on the birds?
Yes,
Yes,
you did have
we
a long
did.
rest on the birds.
Why don't they have full spell slots?
Because you didn't
I
long
don't know.
rest. Probably.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, that should work.
I'm gonna cast detect thoughts. Boop.
Okay, then. Is there anything that I could do to help you trust us?
So I need to make a wisdom save against your spell save DC, right?
Lie.
Yes.
That failed. Okay. So you do gain insight and deeper thoughts. You as you ask, is there anything that we can do to make you trust us? Then Mia's
Wait,
learns
but I
that
did the detect thoughts on right after the Sibylla question.
what
Whispers
was
just
the
continue
Sibylla
talking.
question?
If he works for
I
Sibylla.
asked if they were working for Sibylla.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, naturally I am. Is
Okay.
what they think.
Okay.
And
Thank
to
you for telling me.
answer, and on the other question, they say, "Well, why would I tell you?" But they think, I have just a weakness for secrets. Anything I don't know, it's just so fascinating to me.
You want to know
Okay.
a secret?
You don't know that.
You don't know that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't.
I had the perfect response, but
Yeah.
Mia's does.
yes.
I have the perfect response. No, I don't.
No, Mia's
No.
knows that.
No.
Mia's knows that whoever this is really, really likes secrets. Anything they don't know.
Okay. God, why now?
Don't die, please.
No worries. I'm fine. For someone who likes stuff you don't know, you also do like to not share.
No response.
guys.
Huh?
They really like to know stuff, to find stuff
Well,
out.
then
To find
we
stuff
won't
out
tell.
about unknown.
Well, then we won't tell you our names.
Well, so be it.
My name's really good, though.
Want to know how I know?
Well, someone probably told you.
Oh, that would be
Ooh,
fun,
the
right?
frozen people, they cannot tell anything.
Yeah.
Well, not everyone here is frozen, you know that. You aren't.
It's true.
Those who
How
came
did
after
you
are not.
survive? How did you survive getting frozen?
Nope. How long is the duration on that spell? A minute. Okay. I guess that's the last question that you do get insight on. It's, I wasn't here when it happened. Is what Mies learns through the spell. And then the spell ends.
Do you want to know what happened to the other hags?
The spell ended, so you get nothing from that question, but maybe?
I'm asking them as a...
Yeah.
Just asking them.
Yeah.
Well-
Do they answer?
Happened to the other hags? What do you mean?
Well, Lorna is in the castle, but the other two aren't.
Yes, I know
Why
that.
would they be here? Why would
Yeah,
they
but
be
do
here?
you want to know
It's
where they are and why they aren't here?
Well,
It's a really juicy secret.
Oh, yeah.
And a fun story to tell.
you can't earn my trust by dangling anything in front of my nose. You aren't in
We
the
should also-
material realm here, you're in the Feywilds.
Okay, we can provide you.
I see.
I'm
So
gonna
you're
tell you
looking-
about... Nightshade was the one in Thither, right?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
yes, Granny
Yeah, but the
Nightshade.
Nightshade was in Thither, yeah.
Then I'm gonna tell
Thither.
you about the good old Granny Nightshade in Thither, who lost all her children when we looked around her factory,
Oh,
and she got really angry.
most fascinating. I hadn't heard.
Yes, and she got quite angry at us,
Yeah.
so we had to start defend.
She lost her children.
And then
She lost her workshop. She lost
And her
control over
sister.
Thither. And her life.
Well, she lost her
Ooh.
life, yes.
Oh, shouldn't have said this?
No, it sounded
So,
to me like you said she lost control of her life, which
This
also kind of true.
person now just slides out from this little crack, and then you see, within the span of an action, takes full volume again. Well. I guess I will have to return the favor. The name's Thinnings. I am but a humble
Appropriate.
servant of the lady, Zybilna.
We already know that one.
And maybe, if you're here to help her instead of take anything from her like so many others, I might have information that would be helpful to you.
We do indeed.
Actually are here to help.
We actually got everything we needed from the Feywild except helping Zybilna.
Well, I have the unicorn horn.
Well, very
You
lovely.
can
That
break the
is
spell.
excellent. Let me tell you. First of all, you probably knew this, but after using the cauldron to neutralize Zybilna and most of her court, the hags left the League of Malevolence in the palace to guard the cauldron. But only 3 members of them are here right now. Kalik, Warduke, and Zargash.
Zargash the troll, the giant.
Sargish the person.
Bizarre Gash.
We have
Mad.
the Impaler, the Destroyer, the person.
I think he's a mage. I guess. Well, years ago, Zybilna befriended that Jabberwock that you probably have already seen on your way here, and trained it to drink from the cauldron. It frequents the palace and loiters around the cauldron, making it impossible for Kellic and the others to guard the cauldron effectively. The only creature in the palace that stands a chance in the fight against the Jabberwock is the great owl that Zybilna also tamed, Bloodybeak, which is kept in the aviary.
But the owl is frozen, right?
Well, you can actually mend that condition. You mentioned you have a unicorn horn on you.
Yes.
Yeah, but don't we need that in the cold one?
If you touch a creature with the horn and speak its true name, it will become unfrozen. However, that unfortunately won't do you much good for Zybilna, because that's not her true name.
So,
Each name.
But Spilna is not her name.
No, it isn't.
is her true name Tasha?
Maybe.
I doubt that.
I believe it's Igwilv, but
So if we still get to
Anyhow.
the cold one and put the unicorn horn in, everything would unfreeze, right? Or am I stupid?
no. The cauldron is a different story. You can use the unicorn horn with the with the creature's true name to unfreeze a single creature. But to unfreeze the entire court, you need to break the spell at the cauldron itself. And unfortunately, I am not wise to how that is accomplished. I wasn't
Would you
present
know
when
how-
the spell was cast, so I don't know the words that were used to imbue the cauldron with the time-freezing magic.
So if you
You
found
know how
someone
we
who...
can get...
You first.
Go ahead. No?
Yes, first.
Two NPCs talking.
Yes, first.
Do you know a way around those lion doors? Or how do we open them?
Oh, naturally. There's two ways to open them. You may find one of the statues in the garden towers and place a crown atop its head, which will unlock all of the corresponding doors. The other way is to get the grace of Zybilna. I hear that there's this book. If your name is in it, the doors will open for you.
Can anyone write?
Is that the book with Bavlona's
So now you're way
enemies?
too far away for any of us to hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me though?
No, not at all.
I'm sorry. I'm like right next to the thing. I'm just moved slightly. Okay. Is this better?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, good.
Sorry, what were we saying, Milva?
So, if we find a person who has been present when these words were spoken to freeze the palace, we would know what to do?
Well, anyone in the vicinity of the cauldron. I guess Zybilna herself would be your best bet, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but we don't know her name. But yeah, what I said, we know of a name. We know of a book with names like Bavlorna had a book with all these names in them. Is that like the book?
No. It is one of Zybilna's books. It is somewhere in this palace, but I don't know where.
Great.
Well, we have found Bavlorna, but we didn't want to fight her yet.
Well, the easiest course of action would be to just go and unfreeze Sibylna, if you can find her true name. Again, I believe it to be Igwilv. I've heard her use that one time.
Well, if it's Igwolf, then it's Tasha. And if it's Tasha, then she's the owner of the cauldron. The true owner of the cauldron. Right?
But it is her cauldron. She hasn't gotten it from anyone, as far as I know.
Okay. So we could try that. There's also like a whole bunch of people frozen in that room, in the room with the Jabberwock, which we could potentially like cast if somebody can do a silence spell or something like that. I don't know if any one of us has that ability.
Not me.
Well,
I'm just worried that if we like unfreeze them, they'll like start shouting immediately, and then we'll all be Jabberwock meat.
I would like
No.
to ask a question here. How are you going to unfreeze someone whose name you don't know?
Yeah.
That's exactly the
Maybe
point.
they have a name tag.
Oh, but I
You
can
said
give you
that
the name
the-
of one more person in this castle. The wizard in the round table hall. His name is Ringelrun.
Ringelrun?
Ringo.
That's actually who I was hoping we would be able to wake up, because
Is that the one where we Arcana checked?
Melva, are
Yeah.
you okay?
Ever?
Well, hiccups can be painful if your diaphragm is really powerful.
Oh.
Ow.
Yeah.
Well, you just muted yourself and looked in pain, so...
Yeah. I didn't want to scream in your ears.
I'm confused why you're confused that we ask if you're okay.
But yeah, as soon as I put pressure on my sternum, I could, like, stop it.
Okay.
So, Sibylna is friendly with the Jabberwock, did you say?
It's a pet dragon.
So if, like, someone could reach Sibylna, touch her with the unicorn horn, and speak her name if it is Igwilv.
Oh, Tasha.
It needs to be her
Oh,
true
Tasha.
name. It cannot be a nickname.
Does it have a cooldown?
No.
So we can just say both names.
Yeah, we can just keep on trying names until one works.
Or until the
No, we're not
Jabberwock
dead.
wakes up and mauls you.
Well, maybe we have time to say like 2 or 3 names.
Yeah. But honestly,
Also,
no,
someone of us can fly and doesn't need to touch the dragon to get there.
Well, so the other thing that we can do is wake up the owl bear. Owl. Just
The
owl.
owl.
Regular owl.
Yes.
Not a regular owl.
But I
Bloody
would prefer. But I would prefer not to have the 2 pets of Sibylna fight just to get to Sibylna.
Oh, sorry, both your pets are dead.
But we wanted to visit you.
Okay.
Well-
So,
Is the Jabberwock also Sibylna's pet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes, both of them are. But they don't like each other. Says Thinnings.
So they're like a cat and a dog.
Well, the owl is the Jabberwock's natural predator.
This owl eats
Good.
dragons?
It eats
Not just
Jabberwocks.
Jabberwocks.
There are more than one Jabberwock?
Yes.
So the true name is not Jabberwock.
No. But it's also not frozen in time,
Well,
so that's not an issue.
Yeah, it's not frozen. We don't need the name.
Can you freeze people if you say
No.
the true name by touching them? Okay.
Let me
The power of the cauldron was necessary to cast the spell. Okay, where do you want to go? You technically could unfreeze Sabrina now if you figure out the name.
And how do we figure out the name?
Maybe she signs her diary?
Well, I'd say at this point, if you become reasonably certain, you could just try. And if it doesn't work, you run away really fast.
Okay.
I agree with this
Archon,
plan.
you stay.
I like this
Archon, you
plan.
stay here.
By the way,
Petrus,
that was Elkhorn's input.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Archon, you stay
this-
here. Petrus touches Whispers. I touch Kana. We dimension door if it doesn't work.
Yeah. This is a good plan. This has no failure modes. We'll all survive.
Sure.
Tempt a fate like that.
Okay.
Okay, you have the
So-
horn. You have the thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to try?
We also need to find a good way back there, but not past the giant.
I mean, there's a door next to it.
Yeah, with a stack towards end.
Sure.
We could still climb the beanstalk.
We could still try time to beanstalk.
And we could like go out of here, and I don't know how high the wall is.
Which one?
Eh.
This wall.
Huh?
Like, climb over it here.
South.
South?
Yeah, like
Oh.
climbing down.
Yeah, you could get into the garden, but it's probably pretty high.
Wall never changes.
What if I use wall of water?
I mean, there's technically no change in elevation, but the wall itself is pretty high. It's a wall.
Oh, that's what you meant. What if I use wall of water to get on top of the wall?
Sure. We could also just give the giant a cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we have to be nice to the giant.
No. Just put the cake there and then leave.
Okay.
Oh,
Eat
actually,
this,
yeah. Hey,
you bastard.
if we give the giant a cake, what'll happen?
I don't know.
I don't know.
They will eat the cake.
I'm talking to
Jeez.
our friend, our new friend.
Oh.
Hmm?
Is the cake important?
It was made for Sibylla's birthday. She will probably be very upset at whoever eats it instead of her. But that shan't be your problem.
I think the fact that she'll be saving her and her entire rule.
I mean, you've figured out...
I think it should outweigh the anger of having your birthday cake eaten.
Yes.
So, I have a bunch of goblin candies. What if we hide all of our goblin candies in the cake and deliver the cake to the orc?
Right, I also still have like these weird candy things.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah, but
It'll take an hour, though.
Okay, let's just put them in there. I have... How many
Okay.
do I have left?
So I think you've been in here for an hour, and you spent another hour to put the goblin candy in the cake.
I
For
have
some
three.
Spent
reason.
an hour? We spent an hour to put goblin candies in the cake?
You need to
Yeah.
open the cake, put the candy in, close the cake, and refrost it without having any skills in bakery whatsoever.
I will tell you that I have, as a feat, expert duplication.
True. Okay, I will lower it to half an hour.
And
Then I just give you my candy, I guess.
Pale Petrus. So, Petrus was born into a family of bakers.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, I forgot. Okay, you do it in fucking 15 minutes. You make the fucking most drugged spiked cake ever. Petrus just perfectly does the fucking baking part, just putting the candy in, and then the expert duplication just of the perfect glaze of the outside shell. So it's indistinguishable from the original cake, but now whoever eats this will probably be transformed into 20 different animals in a row.
I cannot
That's
believe we
amazing.
just happen to
Let's go.
have two people who are designed for this purpose. We
have
were made to
sufficient-
spike cakes, you and I.
You have somehow hit the most obscure way to deal with that stupid giant.
Oh god! Let's
You
go.
are
And you hit
psychopaths
it,
of
you
bakes
hit
for
it.
money.
You hit it
Let's-
in character creation.
Yeah.
And this is why I write 12 plus pages.
Do you want to deliver the cake before we climb the beanstalk or after?
We want to go. No, we go.
Before.
To try that right now.
Yeah,
I
let's
thought
go
you
try it
said
right
you
now.
wanted to try and free the archfey.
Yeah, the beanstalk
Yeah, let's-
was just in case that we don't want to get past the giant again.
But yeah, I want to
Let's do it.
reiterate
Beanstalk.
just one thing that might have been swallowed by that entire conversation. It has to be the true name. It cannot be a nickname.
Oh my god. I don't know whether Tasha's true name.
That
I
is
don't
just
know
something
whether
we will find
Igwolf-
But we
out.
did talk about it at some point.
And I don't
And
know
we
whether
did-
Igwolf
what-
is Tasha's
what-
true name.
What was the thing in the tent in the park? That's where we first got to Tasha's thing.
You mean in the
Kalash?
carnival?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, the Tasha statue. Roll on history.
Am I allowed to roll in history too? Or
I literally asked you all, so
oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll just give it to the entire party. You know that Tasha and Igwilf are the same person, but you don't know which of those names, if any of them, is her real name. Also,
if-
as Sona said, you don't know if Tasha is her full name.
We really should go to the place where Buff Lorna is. Kill her and read the books.
Does she?
her full name is
There
Tasha
isn't
Scotland.
multiple books. There's one book, the one that she's reading.
What if we
Well, then-
all put hands on the unicorn horn
I'll give
Touch
you
it to
6
her.
seconds to say as many names of you as you want. One turn.
and each of us says a different name? That way we get at least 4 names.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but what? But if you don't, yeah.
It's still just 4 names out of a lot of options.
No,
we can do Igwolf, we can do Tasha, we can do Zybilna, we can do
But the building
Uh,
is not right. We already know.
You can
that.
skip
Yeah.
Zybilna. You
Yeah.
know it's wrong.
that's true.
And
But we-
if we fail and the Jabok doesn't wake up, we can still fuck off.
That's true.
Yeah, but we
Yeah.
can still make it safer if we just go to Mrs. Haggy.
Maybe you
Is it
just
safer to
should-
fight a hag?
What?
Is it safer to fight a hag?
So
Safer
far,
to fight a hag than to fight a dragon.
yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Or
true.
to make pets fight and see Sibylla upset.
I have to be careful with my fire spells, though, because I don't want to burn any important documents.
What is that? I'm so confused. Oh,
Think you can bind her and we do the interrogation again?
Oh, yes. No, actually, going to Bavlorna is a great idea. For reasons unspecified. One thing that I neglected to mention is that the level that Bavlorna is on is not the top floor of the central spire. It goes further up.
Oh.
Ja, sie ist open. So, yeah.
Yes, they are open.
But is that right?
Then we don't have to go and go to the beanstalks, probably.
But wasn't
Did
there
we just
some-
make a cake and not use it?
Maybe we can still use it.
I really want to use that cake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, do you take the
Oh,
cake
this-
to the giant?
Is
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the only way up in the middle?
Huh?
Sorry this took
Is
so
this
long.
one the only way up in
We've
the
brought
middle?
you your cake.
When you were tying the person down, you noticed that there's a spiral staircase that leads both ways, down and up. So if you can either somehow get into that middle compartment, deal with whoever's in there, and go up, or cross the gap where that one person is falling down, you will get into the spire and be able to climb it. You haven't seen any other way in, by the way, other than that hole in the wall.
Okay.
And this
Well,
balcony
Niels just
over
found
here.
this here.
There's also a balcony over there that would lead in.
Yeah, but then we have to find the person here as well.
So, as I understood it, the cake is a duplication, right? Or is it?
No, it is the
No.
same
Okay.
cake, but
Okay.
but using
I
perfect
duplicated
forgery,
the frosting.
the frosting was restored to exactly how it was before you cut it open. And
Yes.
the giant just goes, finally, and starts just scarfing down the cake. And the candy just starts kicking in. And all of the effects that the candy can have on you, polymorphing you, making your head bigger, causing you to float into the air, just all hit at the same time, and then just collapse and die.
Oh,
Women just
no.
OD a giant.
we just overdosed a giant, yes.
Don't do drugs, kids! Don't do drugs!
I have to change my backlighting.
I should turn on my light in general.
Hold up, I can do that too.
Turning on my light.
I only have...
This is the greatest single move that I have ever made in D&D. In my long history of playing at tables, this is the single best
Oh, look,
choice I
invisible.
have ever made.
So, in the rules for the candy, there's a section that says if you eat 3 or more, you have to make a constitution saving throw or become poisoned or something along those lines. And you just fed every piece of candy you had on you to this giant in
Yeah.
the same cake,
Oh,
I alone had 3.
triggering that penalty effect multiple times. And
I
then
had
died.
6. Yeah.
I had 3.
You had so many?
I think I had still like 2 or 3.
And I just rule that at that amount of candy ingested at the
Yeah,
same
okay.
time, you just drop dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing Sibylla didn't eat the cake.
Good.
There's also a club
Imagine
in the room, but none of you have enough strength to use it, so don't bother.
Why would
Imagine,
I try?
If we prepared the cake, didn't use it, and they were serving it after we
Oh my
freed Sibylla.
god!
Oh my god, no.
That would have been bad.
Okay, so this person is
So-
now dead. I'll just delete him. Whatever.
So,
I'll just delete the person.
So should we get on the top floor to?
No, I think Mies has found something just right now.
Yeah, but there was someone in the middle room there.
You don't know that. We only know that because of Faye mentioning it would have been fun if you could have Mischief set there.
We do definitely know the wizard's name, and we could free the wizard.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be a little dangerous. Oh, hey,
Especially
you're right.
because
Has
the wizard was frozen in the middle of casting a spell, so
Yeah, so
that spell cast would go through the second you unfreeze him.
And then probably wake the Jabberwock and...
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but...
Bing!
Oh god.
I love the animation though, it is so good.
It's too much light. It makes the baby go blind.
Yeah, but the map is so broken that I have to use it, or else everything is spotty.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
it's not broken. There is... Do you see a light source in this hallway?
So it's perfectly black?
It is illuminated only through the windows. There is no candles or torches in here. The map is not broken.
Yeah, but there really ought to be some spread of the light.
The problem is that there are specks of black. You cannot remove them by walking through.
Yeah.
Right.
They only go away if you have like a light source.
Maybe they use the wrong type of light.
Yeah, just the map looks bad if you don't have light source. That's the problem. Not that it's dark. That's not the problem. The problem is even if you walk through it, then it looks just bad afterwards.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe that'll be better with the vision update that is coming in the next Foundry version. But right now there's only spotlights, so they are exactly fanning out through windows. They don't diffuse. There's no ray tracing for Foundry.
Ray tracing!
I feel like everyone should have dim light sight. That's
just get dark vision for it.
I mean like the way to fix quote unquote fix this is that everyone really ought to have dim light sight.
Yeah, but then the light spell is pointless.
Yeah, but the light spell is...
I use the light spell for flavor, but this time it's useful.
Yeah. That's the reason why not every creature has dark vision, and it is exactly for this.
Yeah, cats shouldn't have dark vision.
The thing is that there are no light sources in this indoor space that is actually a place where people would be walking around. Not all of them would have night vision. Why is that? It's probably because it's actually dimly lit.
Yes, but again, there is no refraction for the placed light sources in Foundry.
Right. And
I didn't map the lighting. It's pointless to discuss this.
Can we please proceed?
That's fine. Yeah. That's fine.
You will just get out the towers, I whispers.
Oh, here's a button.
Yeah, I'm just saying, back there, she'll just get up the tower.
I don't know where that will lead you.
Stairway leads to nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's on another map. But where do you want to go? Please decide.
Yeah, up the stairs.
Which stairs? There's two sets.
These stairs or
the ones we are standing on?
Yeah.
So there's another set of circular stairs.
Context clues.
Yes, they will lead to the other tower.
No, wait. Hey, wait. Y'all. Should we go into the central spire right now?
Yeah,
that's kind of
be. That staircase does not lead to the central spire. The only entrances you have seen to it are the balcony and the hole in the wall.
Dang.
Then where do we go when we go up there?
I can show you.
Okay.
It's fine.
All right. Let's find out.
But I will need to move you. And that will make you very bright.
Light is very busted.
Can't be brighter than it is.
Very
now.
bright, you mean this?
No, brighter. Actually, I cannot see whispers.
Wait.
Wait.
Did you say bright?
Oh my god, yes. Look at Whisper's icon when the map loads. It's the exact same picture.
It's exactly how I look right now, yes?
Yeah.
You're just completely blown out.
Nice.
Wait, you are up. You are on the same level as this hole in the wall. If you can somehow cross the gap from where you're standing now to there, like this. Oh, whoops, that's a circular measurement.
Oh.
I do not want that. I want a line. If you just cross this 35-foot gap somehow, you can get into just where Bavlorna is.
I mean, I can fly.
So that should work decently well for you. I don't think I even have descriptions for this. Where you at right now?
What even is this? Just a room.
We can just bamf in there with Dimension Door if we wanted to.
That is true.
Yeah.
You could just yeet
But
in
I
there.
could fly around.
That would probably save Dimension Door casts. How much range does Misty Step have again?
30 feet.
You could probably just Misty Step in there.
You would maybe Misty Step on the guy and then in there.
He is solid ground at the moment.
So I can also just cast fly.
That is true. This is probably the last session.
Yeah.
And you still have that item. And if you don't use it today, you will probably not use it.
That's true. It might be time. But do I really want to go into the room where Bavlorna is? Do we really want to do that? Are we ready?
I mean, you need to decide right now. Do you want to scale the central spire? Do you want to try and guess the true name of Zybilna? Or what do you want to do? Like, if neither of those.
I want to go out of bounds and into the thing.
So I would like to fight Bavlorna because where Bavlorna is probably the information we need to free Zybilna.
Okay, fair enough.
This is what I was thinking.
By the way, Kana, again, I don't know if you heard it before, but do you want to go to the interrogation thing we did last time again? Maybe that works on the hacks. Where we, we bind them, we ask them, I detect thoughts.
Okay, I need to figure out where the heck you are right now. All these
Where's
turrets, all these, I don't know. Where is Kana?
I'm standing on the stair.
Are you below?
Under Whispers.
You were below Whispers, okay.
Because I wanted to do something, because I wanted to cast, not less, I wanted to cast... Well, actually, if we do this, I would cast Bless before. But first, I want to cast Aid.
Sure.
Aid at 3rd level to hit 4 people.
Okay, so these rooms, though, up here, they do have descriptions, and I'm starting to find them.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so, this first one that you walk into is empty. This one right here. But, this other one has something in it. It's an enameled red coffer that rests on a pedestal of rotting wood in the middle of the room.
a coffer.
Yes.
So I can only choose 3 targets, and I kind of don't. Kana has a lot of hit points, while the others don't, and I can't choose multiple targets while.
Also.
Yeah. Can like whispers just step right next to me so I can cast aid?
Sure, I can do that. Absolutely.
Hey. Okay. So you just kind of yeet in there then. That's the plan. Disturb
think so, yeah.
Bavlorna.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't. I lack a spell slot.
Did you do a long rest?
I didn't.
Yeah, you absolutely should have the spell slot.
I thought I had, because that's what I did last session. But I think it didn't update my D&D Beyond. And anyway, just do this and the same thing is.
Yeah. 31. No, wait. P47.
So every sorcerer, I mean 2 sorcerers and a cleric, have now 10 more hit points. Max.
So we to max. Got it.
Yeah, and that lasts like 8 hours, so not 8
Yes.
hours, but I think it's 8 hours.
Oh.
Does aid do that for us, or?
Yeah, I did have 45 before. Now there's 55.
Okay, cool. And then
Okay. And then?
yeah, I don't know. Oh, I should
How
have.
is everyone getting in there now?
So do we just ignore like this coffer now?
I'd like to
Yeah, I don't know.
maybe
Can you access
open
it if
the
you want to?
coffer. I forgot to. I'm going to, before we do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and cast mage armor on myself to make sure that I have it up and running.
Yeah, the way I would go into there, I would just jump off. I would just jump off and dimension door into it.
Why jump off? You can't dimension
Yeah,
door through walls.
I can?
Yes.
Dimension
you did it
door
before.
doesn't require line of sight. Misty Step does.
Oh, right.
Kana can fly, and you kind of need to take Elkhorn with you. So.
Yeah, okay.
I
can take
fly.
anyone with me.
I can also fly.
Yeah, but do we have anyone who can cast dimension doors in a way that would take 2 people with them, because otherwise there's no point.
On 5th level, I can.
Could be legged out.
Yeah. I thought it was my internet.
And I don't have any 5th level spells, so I can just use that.
Well then.
You don't have any. You took it.
We talked about that last time. I took a 4th level.
Okay.
Then if Whispers gives herself the flight speed and Kana just flies over, then Mias can teleport the other 2 into the room.
Yeah.
I can
just want to remove
also
that 5th level one.
I can also later, if I want to, cast fly at 5th level to give 3 of us fly. Because I also don't have any 5th level spells, but I have 1 5th level spell slot.
Well, let's figure that out later, shall we? First, let's get you in there. Please do your actions.
I am going to...
If there's a wall in the way, tell me. Yeah, you should be, if you're casting it, you should get a targeting mode. You probably can't see it, but your next click on the map will teleport you.
Mine?
Yes.
So, I said before we do that, I want to cast Bless.
And you took, did you already cast Bless? No,
too
you
late.
cast Aid.
Yeah. Bless has only 1 minute, so I didn't want to do it, and we did nothing.
Okay, so you take Petris and Alcorn with you.
Yeah.
But I guess there's a wall on the side of the stairs. Hello?
Yeah?
Huh?
If there's a wall on the side of the staircase, I need to move you. Nobody has told me yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the others also have walls. I cannot move over there. Oh god.
Okay.
There should be no wall here.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a pole. Okay, you come in, and the completely blown out Bavlodna just looks at us. What? What are you doing here?
It's
We're
been
visiting.
a while. We're just visiting the castle. How's it been?
Don't act like you didn't kill my sisters.
But you wrote him in the book of your hate. He hates them.
Where's your proof?
Well, are you here to kill me now, or what's your deal?
Well, didn't we technically help you? You said you wrote him down in the book of you hate him.
Yes, of course. Like what? Listen, don't attack me. We are really the heroes of this story. We trapped Zybilna in time because she was a tyrannical ruler. Please roll the easiest insight check of your life.
And you aren't?
Time to crit fail. Wait,
I rolled
Yeah!
5.
Yeah, unnecessary 20.
Y'all, I think she's on the level.
She is definitely trying to bargain for you to not kill her.
Did you just lie to us? That's punishable.
I
tell us-
feel as though you have broken hospitality in this particular place.
What? No, I didn't.
Isn't that just a rule for not lying as well?
This is 100% not your castle. and
It
you
is my
definitely-
castle. The Coven served as Zybilna's advisories before we had to encase her in time. This is not a lie.
But that doesn't mean the castle is yours.
No, but we live here. It is our right to be in here.
That is kind of true.
Well, anyway, we would be justified in killing you, but if you want to
Please don't.
barter for your life,
Do you know Nate the name of Zybilna?
Like,
What name?
true name.
Yeah, her real name.
True name.
Her true name.
Why would I tell you?
Oh, there she's.
I just want to free her. What would be in it for me?
your life,
Kill you.
we will trade you 1, your life,
For one name.
For one name.
I could just leave.
You could try. For sure.
She casts plane shift.
Yeah.
I want to interrupt.
Do you have
Nobody else
counterspell?
has counterspell.
I can cast a spell as a reaction, and
Do you have counterspell?
I don't have counterspell.
Then it won't interrupt.
Can we just grab her before she does it?
No.
Because Kana and I
The
are next
spell
to
is
her?
already cast. The only way to interrupt it is counterspell.
You're certain dispel magic wouldn't work.
No,
No.
just counterspell.
Okay.
It was something different.
The only way to counter a spell is counterspell. Yep. She's out of here.
Well,
Can we, while she does that, use message?
Sure.
I want to tell her that that was smart.
foiled us again, Buffalorna.
Can we get up there?
I do not get
Yes.
an answer.
Oh no.
So, what book was
Okay.
she reading?
Wait. Hold on. No, I have a better idea. And this is so thematically great that I think you're going to allow me to do it. As a reaction, I want to cast on Zybilna, no, not on Zybilna, on Bavlorna, Dissonant Whispers.
And why would that elaborate?
Because if I cast Dissonant Whispers, the target must make a wisdom saving throw, and on a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction to move as far as its speed allows it away from me.
And she moves
Okay.
and then teleports.
She must use her run. She must turn and she must move away from me.
Fine. I will allow you to do this.
No, the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm pretty sure that actually casting the spell requires her to complete a vocal somatic or some other instruction, right? And so doing this would break her concentration on casting the spell.
Plane shift isn't concentration.
It's not
It's-
concentration,
It's
but
immediate.
does it have a vocal or somatic component?
It has all of them.
Yeah, it has a vocal, somatic, and material component.
You
She
can-
has to stop
Yes, it's
doing
fine.
what she's doing.
No. She doesn't. But I can have her try to wisdom save against you. That's fine.
Okay.
What's your spell save
Alright.
DC?
My spell save DC is 15.
Okay. So
That's
she
full
fails.
DC on here, right?
She fails the save.
Yeah.
She immediately uses her reaction to move as far away from you as possible, which is out the hole into the churning thunder below.
And then she
Oh,
punches.
Okay. Okay. I didn't mean.
When I
She
cast
is
water wall
now
under her,
in the thundercloud down there, screaming, unable to move, and will probably die very soon if she isn't rescued.
can I cast water wall on her?
That won't help
Why
her.
would
She can't move. It will just drown her.
Okay. Well, that wasn't- Shit.
God damn it.
Why can't she
Petrus,
move?
Petrus, do you have a fifth spell? Wait, no. Okay,
I can
I'm just
speak
gonna
to a god.
I'm just gonna dimension door down to her and take her up with another dimension door. Does it work? Could I
No.
do that?
Why
Okay,
would
no.
we
Damn
want
it.
to save her?
Because she
Our
maybe
plan was
knows
to
names.
kill her.
Are you prone when you're in the thunderstorm?
You're reduced to 0 movement.
Oh.
Well, does that stop her from casting Plane Shift?
No.
Yeah.
So she could just do that. Okay.
How far does she fall per, or is she just like stopped above this on the storm?
No, she hits the ground.
She hits the ground and she's in the storm.
Yes.
How far below us is that?
50 feet, maybe?
How far does she fall per round?
All of it?
All of it in one round?
Yeah,
Okay.
falling is immediate in D&D.
Yes.
So if you are like on top of a tower and you cast a spell that causes a flying person to be prone, they would drop immediately and hit the ground immediately.
If you have
That's
any
Which is a
Not
fun
even-
way to kill birds.
So you have about 1 turn's worth of actions to get any information out of her because before she definitely plane shifts away.
I'm gonna try and use detect thoughts. You just ask her stuff.
That's
Does it
another
work?
saving throw, right?
Yeah.
Which one?
Wait. Yeah. It's a save
Wisdom.
against my
Yeah.
wisdom save against my spell DC.
I'm not good at
Which is
saves
16.
today. I fail.
Okay.
As she plummets down into the depths from Whispers, unfortunately placed dissonant whispers, you hear her scream, "Damn you, sister!"
I ask her what's the bonus name to nameless. I shouted after her.
Roll on persuasion, please. I want to give this to you for free.
Yeah, understandable.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa!
That was a pretty good roll. Moonchild.
Jennifer! Her name is Jennifer!
Say my name, Bastion.
Matilda!
Ah. Hold on. I need to check something.
I'm sorry, but I just the number of times
Huh?
I just want to use prestidigitation to shit her pants.
This is the best use of prestidigitation.
Instantly soiled.
Oh my
Objects.
god. There's
I still
no
want to
way.
murder the hairdresser.
There's no way. There is no fucking way. Hold on.
What?
They didn't.
What?
What did they?
I need to check this. Hold on.
Okay.
They did. Holy crap. Her name is actually hidden in this picture.
This picture. Wait.
That's what I
I
give
could
you.
look at the beaker.
Okay.
It's in the poster map of the Witchlight Carnival. And I'll give you, because you rolled above 20, I'll give you one hint. The Nilbog! Start at the Nilbog!
What is a Nilbog?
It's a goblin jester.
Her name is Callie. Her name is Calliope. I accidentally closed the handout again. I'm good at this. Oh, thanks. I wish I could zoom in.
Yeah.
The goblin jester is the one at the top,
Yes.
crowning
Cody
the
found it.
Witchlight Monarch. It also points down.
So it's
Hall of Illusions, Night Racing.
have a delightful.
I mean, you have a direction. If you follow the goblin, you go
What if you
to
have to follow the horn
to the
afterwards?
rabbit with then the horn.
That
Okay.
shows.
I'll give you
The
another
top.
thing that isn't a rabbit.
Night
That's a
filled with
specific mythological creature called an almirage.
Oh, that's one of my
Good.
favorite Shadowverse cards. A night
filled with
files
wonder. Filled with wonder.
with a night filled with wonder, but also the
Then
tree
you
points
go
somewhere
to
else.
The tree.
The tree
You go
points
to
the
the tree.
apple,
Is it the apple?
Tree
Yep.
apple.
The apple
and then
points.
the apple points
To
to.
the swan. Well, is it?
Do you want to write this
Swan?
down, maybe? Maybe
the
that'll help.
swan.
If you write it down,
And then-
what you find.
Yeah, Nilbog to. I'm
Swan,
sorry, what was
Griffin.
that bunny thing called
Almirage.
again?
Almirage.
So M-A-E.
The apple points to the swan points to the
Apple,
griffin, the griffin points.
Swan.
Is this the
Natasha.
griffin? Is this a
Natasha.
It's just
Natasha.
It's just Natasha.
Natasha. I was literally thinking about, is Tasha like short for Natasha?
It is.
Really, just Natasha.
Natasha is short.
That's so
Natasha is short for
normal.
Natasha.
That's so
Where did you find that?
At the top of the page,
if
there's
you-
the goblin. If you follow where it points, you get to the Armirage, this rabbit thing. If you follow
Yeah.
its horn, you get to a tree end
go
in the
to the
top
tree
right
T.
corner. Then you
Then
get
you go
to
to
an
the
apple
apple,
with an
A.
arrow through it, to a swan,
Go to a swan. S.
to a
To a-
hippogriff.
A hippogriff, yeah. A.
Ah,
I suck
And
at
then
riddles.
from there,
It's
Yeah.
like
and then
there
to the
from-
axe.
from there
I'm
to
super
an
good
Yeah,
at
if
logic
you-
puzzles, but I suck at riddles.
I
Anything
didn't,
with
I
words is
didn't
dead.
want to give it to you for free. I had to give you something.
Honestly, that is a smart riddle.
Yeah.
That's nice.
when I read
But
this,
like,
it says
literally before. When
it
we were
says
discussing
in
names,
the
I was
book-
like the whole time thinking, like, is
Yeah.
Natasha the whole name for Tasha?
I was looking at this. It says here, there's another room in here that you can open with that name. And it says here, 2 other places in the castle can give you this hint, but also the border of the Witchlight Carnival poster. And I was like, what? They didn't.
Nice.
Why the N?
Natasha.
Why is it not
Nilbog?
Gartasha?
Nilbog.
Nilbog, okay.
It's what it
Nilbog,
is.
yeah.
Goblin jesters
Oh,
are
right,
Nilbogs.
Nilbog.
Okay,
I
you
would
have
have never
the
figured
name.
it out.
You have the name. That's why you are in a party. So not everyone has to be good at riddles.
Yeah.
And it's not only riddles. It's like the apple does not perfectly point at the swan. And
Yeah.
No, it does.
I constantly went somewhere else when I tried to follow the pointings.
Anyway, with that knowledge unlocked, as you crouch over in that destroyed room, over the Witchlight Carnival map that I guess Kana just happened to have
Yeah,
on her.
sure.
I am not a JoJo's character. I'm definitely not a JoJo's character.
What do
My
you
eyeball
do?
mouth sucks.
What do you do?
So now we need to go
So-
and find Natasha.
You know where she is, probably.
Yeah, we
You
just-
have a
we
hunch
just
who
need
it
to-
might be.
We just need to poke the unicorn horn at her.
Pokes the horn and say Natasha.
You
Yeah.
said
Want to
earlier
find a way down?
you can go the
I
same
gotta go
way
there.
you went up,
Yeah.
or you can just
I
have
can
a
still
person who
fly.
can fly do
that-
it.
That was the most Like,
Goodbye. Wait.
bye.
I guess you still have
Do
enough
you?
uses of any spells,
Well,
right?
Wait,
Yeah.
I'll use Dimension Door directly next to the room with the Jabberwock. I'll use Dimension Door at level
Which
3 and take...
I'll just take you down and you tell me which room you want, okay?
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I mean, if Petrus is casting Dimension Door at presumably 5th
At fifth
level,
level.
he
Oh,
will
yeah.
Dimension Door all
We can,
people.
we can just
Oh, okay.
fly down here,
Take me with you, my boy.
right to here.
No, that's a lion door.
no,
you can
no,
see
no,
on the
no.
map.
That's a door.
Oh, that's a lion door, right?
But
Well, we
what you
Yeah.
can
the
do
bell.
Yeah.
is you can go here on the other side, the left side of the map, and take the shorter
Yeah.
route back in.
Okay.
So you can have you can have gone over here instead, and taken
Right.
that route, which you know has an open door that leads right into that room.
Yeah.
And then the others. Which room do you want, Petrus?
I accidentally teleported myself in here.
In where? Oh, that works.
Yeah.
I forgot Elkhorn somewhere. There he is. Okay, so I placed the others, so that works for you. The two flying people.
I think
Is that
I am trapped in a wall.
satisfactory? That might be
I'm
possible.
fine, but I'm trapped in a wall. Thank you.
I just want to make sure that the solution is okay for you.
Yeah, this is fine.
Okay, so you're back at that room.
Actually, I still can't move.
That is weird. Can you move now?
No.
Are you in the correct
I'm
selection
gonna
mode?
reload. I'm gonna reload
Maybe.
and see what happens.
Okay, so the others dimension dot over here. And before you did, you saw your two friends fly off to the left side.
So which one of those is?
You saw, I described these two people. One of them with
Yeah,
a quarterstaff,
uh-huh.
and the other one in a fancy, like, dress.
Fancy dress it is.
Who has the unicorn horn?
Me.
Kana. Because
Okay.
back of holding.
Please roll
Yes.
stealth
Anakin.
to not alert the Jabberwock.
Okay. So you're gonna fly.
Sorry, what did you want to say, Sona?
I was just gonna say, Kana, please do the honors.
Wow, amazing.
But she was dummy thick.
That'll work. It's fine.
I'm still flying. I'm not
It's
running.
sleeping. Yeah, I said her check
you had said
is
that.
much lower because
You
she's
had
flying.
said that you. You also said that. Oh, never mind.
That's the quarterstaff person. You want this one.
That's the quarter. Yeah, I don't know. They look the same on the map.
I
know.
They-
sorry.
They're all Professor Baker.
Also, I do not see this person because it's just white.
I'm just gonna turn off the light source. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
So, I'm
Also,
gonna pull out the unicorn horn.
this will trigger a reload. Don't be scared.
Oh no.
It will put the map into unrestricted vision range mode, which will fix the broken shadows in the fog of war.
Yeah.
So you should be able to see shit now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you do touch the unicorn horn to that
Yes.
person.
And I say Natasha.
You see this sort of bright light start to radiate from the unicorn horn. And like a mirror, the air around that person starts to break and shatter. And she suddenly starts to move. It lurches forward a step toward the cauldron and then quickly regains her balance. Damn! Too late. And then she like
Too late
looks
for
around
what?
and fixes on you and says, "Have we met?"
No. I don't believe so.
Well then, who are you? Did you unfreeze me?
Yes, I did. My name's Kana. And I'm here with my friends. And we're here for you.
Whispers waves.
Well, that's
Over
lovely.
there!
Do you mind if I borrow that horn?
Yeah, you can.
Only if you say
She
good
hands it
things.
And she steps Kana.
We just have to get the unicorn back again.
Stabs Kana with
it.
Your soul will do.
Lovely.
Dark Souls boss.
She kind of takes this unicorn horn that you gave her and she touches it to the cauldron. And I need to hold on. It's in another chapter.
No!
And she starts to recite a poem as she does. 8 cats perch atop 8 dead attending. 8 lizards flee from 8 rats scavenging. 8 toads climbing meet 8 dead falling. 8 snakes sneak under 8 bats screaming. 8 eyes open, always dreaming. All on the cauldron that is ever seeming. And the light that shines from this unicorn horn is amplified by the cauldron and rushes out in a wave of light throughout the entire palace, unfreezing everyone within it.
Yay, we won!
From the lightning court outside, you hear a
Yay, we saved him!
Yay!
What about the
Yeah, the mage.
guy who's casting magic up there?
in the back room, you hear a cone of cold spell go off, freezing
That
the
no one's-
entire room.
Oh,
By the way, I just noticed we weren't on the top of the castle or anything, so if someone else was falling, they are dead.
It's raining men.
hallelujah, it's raining man.
And she then says, "I will make sure this finds its way back to the rightful owner," and stashes the
Thank you.
unicorn horn away. Now, you 3, come here.
Sweet. Oh, right.
Yeah,
Kana's
I'm
already
already next to her.
We also have a
Hi, Ogre.
dwarf with us.
there. Yeah, but he's out of sight.
Yeah, but he was here before.
I know him.
No, it is you who swore to save me, isn't it?
Yeah,
But
kind
we
of.
said we would try.
Yeah,
Yes.
we said we would try, and we kind of succeeded on trying.
We didn't swear.
Yay!
We just promised.
Well, you did succeed,
Promise to try very hard.
didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
I mean,
Also,
you tell me.
we maybe killed the entire Hourglass Coven and also one of the orc generals.
Did
who
we
ate
try
your
the entire
cake. I'm
Hourglass
sorry
Coven?
they ate your
No,
cake.
Buff-
We didn't.
No,
Pavlona
Pavlona
still
lives.
lives.
Yeah, she plain
Oh
shifted
yeah,
away.
Pavlona still lives.
She better live somewhere far away from here, or I will finish her off personally.
Okay.
The other two are dead, though.
The other two are dead. Yeah, for sure.
She's probably in hither. I can point to her house.
No, she's not in my domain. I would sense her.
Oh.
And as you speak to her, you catch glimpses of fog putting away outside. And there's magic in the air. The domain seems to be reshaping itself Now that the rightful owner is back here, back in charge.
Yay! Terraforming.
Now, I have to thank you very much to rescue me. And I think, as per the rules of reciprocity, the
Reciprocity,
rules
yes.
placed
Reciprocation.
by yours truly, I think a reward is in order. I offer each of you the cast of a wish spell. So tell me, what is your heart's desire?
Wait, is that the wish now that we vote you?
Hmm?
Is that the wish now that we vote you?
No.
Okay. I just want to be fused with my item again because we haven't done that so far.
Oh, that is simple enough. Anything that can remove a curse will repair that little folly.
I want to be a true cleric.
And I believe in you.
No, all of you.
No, I do have my goddess.
One wish cast for each of you.
I have no idea. Kana's brain empty.
Yeah, that is my wish. I wish I want to be a true cleric.
Okay. She casts the wish spell, and all of your sorcerer levels are converted to cleric levels.
Nice.
Amazing.
And he died.
And again!
F.
I'm always scared that it is my internet.
Now,
Do I?
what if you? And she turns to Whispers.
There is a period of my life which I lost, and it includes someone that I don't know who they are, but I miss them very much.
You didn't get to use the mirror, or I didn't get to uncurse this mirror.
Yeah.
So she takes your mirror and swiftly casts Remove Curse on you, but you don't remember, and she seems to notice. She says, it seems you had lost that memory before these were stolen from you. But nothing a simple wish can't fix. And with another cast of wish, you now remember your entire past. Every moment of it.
Yay!
Emotional breakdown incoming.
That includes all emotions you ever felt.
Oh, well,
So yeah,
okay.
that's my
Whispers
emotional breakdown.
immediately breaks down crying,
Oh,
which
no.
sounds very, very odd, and says, my brother is still in the Shadowfell.
Yep. Now, little fairy.
My brother is...
I just went here to save my friends.
I left him
Can
behind.
you save my brother? Because all others we already saved.
Unfortunately, well, if that is your wish, let it be
I
so.
don't know of anything else.
And with Kana's reward for saving Zybilna, Whisper's brother appears next to you, safe and sound.
Nice, another brother saved.
There's nothing a wish spell can't do.
Can we continue doing that for the next campaign as well? That we need to save a brother.
Oh my god. this Urianger-looking shit appears.
And then finally, she turns to Petres and says, "Say, you probably have a lot of things, but do you want me to take care of that?" And she points at the sword.
Yes, please.
Do you want to have your actual name back?
Yes,
So, the final thing we do for this campaign, she casts the wish spell one last time, and your creature type changes from monstrosity to human, and the sword disappears.
Oh, finally!
Now it
I
turns
can
out
give
Petrus was
huggies.
actually the sword.
And probably my heart is back to its normal place, right?
Where it should be.
No, that's still just floating around.
I hug her.
Huggies.
Huggies all around.
Heavy big.
Huggies everywhere. Whispers is absolutely going to hug Kana after hugging her brother to death.
Now,
Yes, that's fine.
thank you so much for saving me. As a final reward, I will send you all back to where you belong. While I go to repair my palace. Unless you want to stay in the Feywild.
No, I want to see my mom.
No, I want to go back to my temple.
I want to see Petrus's mom.
I want to see Petrus' mom too.
Okay. With
I want to
a
get
simple,
my friends back.
simple clap of her hands, you are expelled from the domain of Prismeer and return to the material plane. You arrive
What is with the
at
cub?
He too.
Okay.
You arrive at the location where the Witchlight Carnival last stood. And you also find a note with you that was left here that says, Kana, if you get here for some reason, find us in Ravnica.
Okay. Just
Oh
gonna take
shit, I stole her carriage key.
You check
put
and
that
it's
back
not
in?
on you anymore.
it. Oh yeah.
Did you put it back in?
That would be the best thing.
I saw you locked the door and left the key in it.
No.
No. Everything that doesn't belong to you, in fact, is not on your person anymore.
Okay.
And you also see, off in the distance, Durlagron, who has stayed back here in hopes that you would make your way back to this location, with his cub star in his, I want to say hands, but it's a displacer beast, doesn't have hands, just like hugging.
Yes.
And this is where we leave the world of the Forgotten Realms.
I have one more question. Petrus wants to cast light spell on the flower. Can he still do that?
Yes.
That's all I wanted to ask.
Yay.
Okay. This is where
Now
we
you
end
can make glowing cakes.
this lovely adventure, this lovely campaign. This was The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, the edition where we didn't explore half of the final map.
Sorry.
I don't think it is supposed to be explored fully.
Nope, definitely not. It's
Yeah,
51
but we just
rooms.
So good.
But I
It's
still
big.
think we kind of cut it short.
That's fine.
Speed one.
So, I can't promise anyone when the next session will be, because there's much work to be done for the next campaign.
Yeah. Also not on our part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
We will
least
figure it out.
we figured out what character I play.
But you will definitely see in my Discord,
When it
in
will
my
happen.
stream schedule.
Did God.
I will be playing as another
have to say
robot
now.
girl, but this one won't be busted. Absolutely
Okay.
busted.
I will play as another mobility type character.
In that sense, I wish everyone watching a lovely night. And we'll see you
Bye.
next time.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.